السلام عليكم حاضرين بقدر مكوري كندو شريط مجلسي دالتم كاف معلمي ملف كامين هولانگ عبد يامن عبد الغيوم مچتا وكرا رشت قبول كرون ادي ماني لونجري واو فيلدو هندوريگه يوسف نايم مچتا وكرا ريشوت دينو وكوش مسلا شريط مجلس كوري كندو واني اسكاز استاذ مشاكل شريط مجلس غاز بدوډاګ تم مجلس مالک کو کډاګ نو کو تم حاضرین ته دوډاګ نو باندې كاز جيزنا ولا شريط مجلس واحدكم شريط مجلس के बस फरातुम वाहद कैनवान शरीत मजदिग वाहदकुम ग फुर्सत गायतुम वाह कुर गंद मानी कोड़ते दोड़ा हुनवा शुक्र है तिर गाजी मी बार तुम आतब करो वाफुरम नाम बिदाल मफो शरीत मजलियो का अधिकोट तरेगा कोट ग हुरम कंडा कोट इहाने तो afada kame baha kuno tamad kum besko गनवान afada mad hingi meg mach गान नंबर 12 बिद्या हसोला जिनजरत गान के सते खदियोन माद तशो वगतुम आतब कनो बार कोट लिबंदे
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم شريطوge مجلس فشوني سلاغ داوالي بفراتكم نما يدرس في داوله دبا
شكرا زتر غازي عبد يامن عبد القيوم में मदीफ कामिल होंगे
शुक्रिया زتر غازي अगन यूसुफ नाइम आंदोरी गवाह फैलिदो
यदि कुरिया मिगंदने mi kote गजिया नंबर Hastekan wadia hate ngobliktihas ekawis adi hastekan wadia ashe ngobliktihas ekawis ei dautong ablo yamin ablo kayo macang ushalafawa rishwat gabul kurang adi money laundering kusuge masalah adi gazia number hastekan wadia no ngobliktihas ekawis ei Yusuf na yo macang ushalafawa rishwat dirum kusuge masalah mi tim masalah ga shariatu ga ade hommi gadi mi kuriya kendani mi tuge shariatu ga majlis mi kuriya kendani mi kotuge sharia kura malama London घूमना दिव्य राज्य के एम्बसी वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस को गुड़ा ले आके सही तो गवर्नर नहीं है कि भाई नेगो एम्बसी का इन्हें भी परातु के नामा मकाम साफ कर दे बशारी था माइक ऑन कर लाफा विदाउट देवा
All nani all namiki Naushad Wahid all mita mi honnani deputy high commissioner ka haysiyat.
Sariya kura daruga gulale fure bes malam kan ada manzar liu mugar nusaf kama fa kure kam gawana ma ikan shaituk samal kam against tinuma dannawa hekiveriya shaitawad dal deba तर्जमा सवाल देवा मी hekiveriya ge nama gawam
Witness, can you please state your name and nationality for the record?
Yes, my name is Mark Andrew Rigby and I'm British.
मी दाल देवा मी दे कोटो के शरीयत मी हाजिर करे उनी दाल तुम मतलब शरीयत का मज्जमी तिब्बेवी अब्ला यामिन अब्लु का योमा यूसुफ ना यम वच्चा हुशले फावा रिश्वत का बोल करूँगा दी मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग आदि रिश्वत दिनों के कुछ के मसले अगुलिगें दाल तुम हुशला फर एक तक तेरेगा एक की वरिया हिमनेती है कि बहन ने गुमट का कम
Witness, you have been presented to court as a witness in the case that is currently running against Abdul Yamin and Yusuf Naim for having laundered money and accepting bribes, respectively, each.
मी तुम है कि वरिया शरीयत का मध्य होगा हुआ एक कुर्मा फाहोगा मसले अगुलिगें कुरवे सवाल तक इंगे में बरका थे तो बहुन जवाब दें तैयार तो
We will be now asking you to confirm a pledge for the court that you will be answering truthfully and to the best of your ability all the questions that are asked of you.
Okay.
शरीय गेंदा मसूला की मी तर्जमा ने कर दवाली बेफा तर्जमा को दिन में फाहोगा मी दवाली मफरात में है कि वरिया वेस विदालो वाचे मजलिया हम आदि है बाहूं उशाला दिनो देखो तो कुरिय केंदाने एम मी है कि वरिया विदालो देवा और मी दरनवा इबारातों मी हुआ कोलंचे का एगो तुम मी मजलियो का हिंगा मुंदा मी गजिया का है कि वरिया कुरवे सवाल तक जवाब दिनो मुगैया अदी है कि वरिया बुना को में बहेगा ते दुबुन मशा हाईगा ता खिलाफ वेस बहन नो बुनमा हुआ कोराकमा
Witness, I will now be reading you a pledge which you will have to recite after me. In the hearing that is ongoing at this court,
Sorry. Can you repeat that, please?
you will now have to recite this pledge after me. In the hearing that is ongoing at this court,
And to the hearings that are ongoing at this court,
for all the questions being presented to me,
for all the questions being presented to me,
in answering them and in every word I say,
in answering them and in every word I say,
I pledge now to speak the truth
I pledge now to speak the truth
and to not speak anything but the truth moving forward.
and to not speak anything but the truth in the court.
Thank you.
शरीयत को मजली होगा Ibe dawali be de fara. Ren farate danam to de bes kahal garuli veri kamen afretri kamen de kori kamen davatri kamen to safkal do.
Can you please confirm for the court that you have no ill will bad towards any of the defendants at court at this time?
I do not know any of the defendants at this time. I do not know any of the defendants in the court at this time.
Difa klik to dalu.
Witness, you have confirmed that you do not know any of the defendants at this hearing?
I do not know any of the defendants at this hearing, I confirm.
Can you also confirm that you do not bear any ill will towards them or have not been engaged with them in a way that might provide such a scenario?
I confirm that, yes.
Mark Edenevi, them eves defendant me wagutu dawali be eves farate kuriyaku nodanna kamasha eves kahala nafrat kame ruliveri kame ufed fanuwa kame edda farata detere. Shukriya.
Dawatum kuriya gendo mi tarjuman mi chinden ku int masala ngeta. Aw shon jend. Dawatum wakil manukala bani ade difa wakil Yusuf na difa wakil fortama ishara kuri.
شكرا يا استاذ شكرا يا استاذ كاظم انا مكي محمد شفاز هيك هيك بس تبايروغا اتوغا كومس دوكيومنت اد فايلنج به او مغدن هيك بس بشم كورين اي كو تشكان شريعتون كاشور كوتبما ادي شريعت هوده انولا او من دكه غتوغا بس دوكيومنت فراتا اسانو كوربن شكرا
Dawatum kiga to dalu.
شكرا استاذ اسكازي داود كفاراتم public prosecutor احمد نوفل مشاريت كوكورين اداري غوتم داود كفاراتم وان criminal quota دنا مي مسألة اهم مسألة تك سيكوتا مي ريبورت نوت مي فدا electronic evidence تك غوليجن وشيله هكينا ريبورت حصہ كورا بيدين مي هكي بريا بس thing document حصہ كور ما داوتون ايدي كما داوت قبول كوربن document تكم حصہ كورفن نمس هكي بريا غاتو غوري كون document تك كندان نمانگا
Mi masala mi kiberiya ki mi mobile forensic report ha ko farata ka vati shariatum mi masala fesham kuriga mi report wani farata hissa koffa ehma shaytum degani e report kama engrani enna mestarjaman mi saf kal debba e shariatum erbi report to kiberiya to mi yagutu oti.
Witness, can you please confirm that the documents with you are reports that were provided to you by the prosecution?
Yes, I can confirm that I have those reports, yes.
فنير هكذا أتوقع تجمع تيم أو نكمل يتراز بربنا أو نكيد أولي عبد الله كجمع دفاع وكلا تمشون دفاع عندنا مثل فنير هكذا أتوقع كوري كون دوكيومنت تككان على المناس إنجي فوليو نمبر إنجي نما
Dawatum bidala debba fole number ta.
شكرا استاذ غازي اي فولر نمبر 2 2 2
Kuriya gendo
شكرا استاذ غازي دور فلتم كلهم بين سؤالك إكيوريا ميهار أدا كورا وظيفة كي كوباتا.
Witness, can you please state what you are currently employed as, in which profession?
I'm currently employed as a digital forensic examiner, and I have been in this position for 19 years. The work involves the recovery of data from all models of mobile phone, memory cards, sat-navs, flash memory drives, modems, and other electronic devices for the legal profession, including the police.
Hekiveria vidalui hekiveria mi waktu masake kuravani digital forensic examiner ke gotuge migota masake kurawata nawara harweje ebe fulage magandu masekataki mobile phone sim card adi memory card for the device takun data recover kurume.
إكيوريا دائرة اللي بفوا تعليم تجربة كي كوباتا.
Witness, can you please state what educational qualifications you have in this field and what experiences you have collected?
Yes, I hold a BTEC Higher National Certificate in Electronic Engineering, and I'm also a member of the Institution of Engineering and Technology and the Chartered Society of Forensic Sciences. I'm also qualified as an internal auditor for the ISO 17025 standard, which relates to premises concerned with the forensic recovery of data from digital electronic devices. I've examined approximately 15,000 exhibits over the course of my employment and appeared in court between 30 and 40 times.
Hekiveria vidalui hekiveria ki BTEC Higher National Certificate in Electronic Engineering hasil kurawafa wa faratike. Hekiveria ki Institution of Engineering and Technology IET adi Chartered Society of Forensic Sciences ge member ke mige iturung hekiveria ki Qualified Internal Quality Auditor ke ISO 17025 standard a egotuge mating mikanta gulfa avani testing laboratories forensic recovery of data nuata data recover kuruma electronic devices in data recover kuruma gulga.
استاذ غازي ترجمة كورا بونيرو إكيوريا دالت قبول كروين هيك بس تنيرو هاي تحليل كفرني كي هذا ديك فونك كما ميكان
هذا يتن صاف كل ده بانجت ايوه هاك هيكيوريا بني بيدار
Hekiveria denu gotuga mihatana masike kurum getereng fanara has tafata exhibit evani tahlil kureifa adi kotuga mihen tirihaka nota salihaka faharo epi kurafave.
إكيوريا court takuga heki baste fa bes masale ka guligen hekiveria deva fa hekibaha med sualu fede kalkame dima fa veto sakota.
Witness, can you please?
هذا كوريا جندو
شكرا إزتري هنا راغون هم إتراز مينيجي جنا إجراءات قانون كستيك ساري سبنا ما دعا يبقى بيان كره هكيوريا يا وشيله سببا أنيكا مي سؤال كره بين دائرة أما يا كي راغون من هشارة فكرة هشارة فس سؤال مي سبب تو كبلا كم غنيامو مي دنيا بس واحد كي حاجة هميني فوي كمان راغون كابو كره كتوكا واقعي مي جواب نيرومت كه ستيك فصل ما دعون حوالي مدني leading مي سؤال لين كرباني باقي جواب نيرومت كارغون قبول نكورن يقطن سؤال كربلان إيه جواب كباني ميوني كم كرمه هم يقطع كعناماز كورا كم دام
دولتهم هيكيوريا هو شراب مي بني تين هل كفاوات تين سامبل كاولا وتكونونتو اما ايغا غلون هو سؤال تكوريا جندوان إنجت
شكرا استاذ غازي دالتون دم كوري سؤالك دالتون هيكيوريا هو شرفني دالتون شرفهم بايو forensic report كاتين evidence exhibit ge sahakan kashawar kurmattaka ekan kurmattaka ekan koffa farataki mikan kurumge gabil kanota credibility expertise ka establish kurmattaka kura swaltaki kureven swaltaki kam dawatun dekeni
ade gotum mi paratoge تعليم تجربات رهي من سؤال كم قاوان ما كوريا جندوا يترس كابودن نكران كوريا جندوا
شكرا استرغازي دawatun kuri swalaki hekivera de medalo je pai ina mas tiri kunut saali heka masalage heki bas dewa fo akama heki bas deve mas heki bahaka guligen hekiveriya ge expertise ade tere mi hatana suwalu fedi faveto
Witness, has there ever been an instance where questions have arose regarding your expertise in the past when you have given your testimony to courts regarding mobile forensic recovery?
No, there has been not.
Hekiveriya edennevi nuneke.
hekiveriya hazir kore fani kom masale ka guligen ka hekiveriya angela bat
Can the witness please confirm that you are aware of what hearing you are testifying in and the intricacies of this case at this time?
Yes, I'm aware of the hearing that I'm testifying in.
shukriya istirazi hekiveriya ge
अडकला वेंगे तो मी चर्चा साफ कर दो
Hekiveriya edennevi hekiveriya mi wagut mihinga masalage tafsil ibfawa akama.
dawatun den hekiveriya kollamben waswalaki hekiveriya digital forensic examiner gotuga masake kurar amuko hekiveriya konkal tak chatto tahlil kuram milibeni
Witness, in working as a digital forensic examiner, usually what kind of objects or devices do you examine?
Sorry, was that what kind of devices I examine, or was that offices that where I examine?
What kind of devices you examine?
What kind of devices? I examine mobile phones and any associated accessories such as memory cards and SIM cards.
Hekiveriya edennevi hekiveriya ge masekat ge tereng amukon examine kureveni mobile phone na gule eki kahal alata ege tereng SIM card memory card himene.
amuko tega mobile phone tahlil kuram lebum hekiveriya amal kurawa gotaki kobato
Can the witness please state for the court how you conduct yourself when you first receive a mobile phone for examination?
Yes, the process of receiving a phone is that somebody will submit the phone to us. In this case, it was in person. We will book the exhibit onto our case management system. And then from that point onwards, it can be traced throughout our entire process. The exhibit gets put in its own exhibit container and then gets put in a secure stored area ready for the next examiner to pick that case up to examine. An examiner will then come and pick that case up in the secure container and then they will examine it in the lab. When the examination is complete, the exhibit goes back into the secure container and goes into a different secure storage ready to be sent or given back to the person who submitted it.
Hekiveriya edennevi amuko mobile phone tahlil kuran libeni exhibit container ge tere secure storage ge kama adi secure storage ge mobile phone migota libe wadaga tumun me waki code the monitoring system ge tereng e phone check kurevi examiner container secure container tere phone naga phone labetere tahulil ko ambura secure container ge tere lumafahu e phone examine kurang hawal kuri farata rad kureve wahaka
شكرا استاذ غازي تاوتن ادن هيكي بريا يا شريعة كفاراتهم instruction edama heki bas demundar commerce waraka by demme heki bas de beres by step tak ge wahak vidalaje e by tarjama koragunim jawab gane by wadana akal gotake era tarjama kurma bas fasehegen dan kom fenat e gota jawab de buma shariat ke irshad da tum bede
mi ekeveriya egota madiyo ka vidalu ima tarjama rondo planito
Working has undagule wakamang argan ka fagar no gazi ekom diguko dairu arganda ves eme comfortable wani fahare stepping egota tarjama kolli yakane shukriya gazi
ya mi vidalu deva mi kuliah gendairuga mi baba wakil ken kuliah genda jumla ni manim markolla fanika sana jumla kuliah genda kagotaka tautan kuliah genda
ekvere demme vidalu ejja mi debat taketi phone no device alle bonum examine kurawak kena tomi examine kurum gamal kurawani
puratamane irshad deva fanat kuliah genda
Witness, in detailing the steps that you conduct in your work, may we please request that you give it to us step by step so that the translation can be made as accurately as possible. The question that is now being presented to you is, how do you operate when you receive a mobile phone device for examination in the laboratory?
In the laboratory, we will, when you say in the laboratory, do you mean as an examiner or do you mean the laboratory as a whole?
As an examiner, how do you examine the mobile phone inside the laboratory?
Okay. As an examiner, I will collect the job from the secure storage within its container, and then I will take it to my examination bench. The examination benches are separated from each other by screens so that only one examiner is on each bench. Then I will remove it from any exhibit containers that, such as exhibit bags that the exhibit would be in. Then we would isolate it from the network, which is usually done by removing the SIM card and putting the device in flight mode. This prevents it from connecting to both the phone network and the cellular network, and then it preserves data on the device, so nothing is changed during examination. Notes are taken about the exhibit, such as serial numbers.
May we pause right there, and I will conduct the translation and we will move forward. Thank you. Demme hekiveri avidalui phone secure storage ge teren laboratory examine kuran libero komme examiner ekes working benching inna kamang examine kurang emme bench ge emme examiner kan indeve gota phone examine mi kuraveni secure container in phone neguma fahu phone networking isolate kurumataka phone ge sim card neguma fahu phone airplane mode leve wahakves fahaga kuravafik. Witness, after the phone has been placed in airplane mode, what else do you do?
We take notes about things like the serial number and cosmetic notes. Then after that, we will charge the device and power it on. And then after that, we will check for things like the clock settings to make sure to see how the clock is set against real time. Once those checks are completed, the case is taken over to a separate examination bench, and then it's connected to the examination equipment.
Deme vidalui phone SIM card negumafahu airplane model lumafahu serial number note kuravafa cross match kurave kama ege fahu phone charge ko power on kofa clock setting for the kantata check kurave kama mia fahu waki separate examination bench එක gengosta examination equipment a phone gula leve kama
ගෙන්දුව මේ යුසුෆ් නම දිෆා
استفنا عن يوسف نعم وكذا هسه همزة تفهم ترجمة كورم كوشين هدي فواتي كما أورد قبول كوربيتي إكبريا أرغند إيبونو إنجليز لفظ تكون أرغند إيبوني serial number نجمة فهو cosmetic notes كي أيشن عنك باباك بدال واك ترجمان بدال وي cross match كورا واك هم ده بارا تو كتفاتين ولتي إكان أرغند فهاك بديشة تسمعك
තර්ජමන කෂවර කොබ
Witness, can you confirm for me whether the phrase you just used was cross matching or cosmetic note making with regards to the serial number of the phone?
It was making notes of any cosmetic features such as color of the phone, and we also make note of any serial numbers that are visible on the phone.
Ad tarjama kurumga kusha deme faga kuravuni cross match kurani serial number note kurma fahu phone ge beruga huri cosmetic noata phone ge bela belumang huri waki features the note kurave wahake denevi shukriya
තවතුන් කුරේ ගෙන්දුව විතර සුවාල
Hekiveria demme heki bas demo wadanevi
පැහුනේ තංකොල දාති ෆුළු දාන කන්නේගේ එම අතුගේ නෝට් තනෙක් බාවල් දෙක තන දාදේ ෆානත හයි කමිෂනු
Sorry, yeah. Yes, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because they're infrastructure included there. Trust, they're the infrastructure. Yes. Yeah.
කුරේ ගෙන්දුව
demme hekiveria heki bas demo vidal wajja e tahliya kurmattaka e device not exhibit equipment ka connect kurawa kon equipment ka connect kurawa ke to hekiveria vidal
Witness, can you please confirm what kind of equipment the mobile phone device is connected to during the examination process?
Yes, we have two digital forensic examination tools that we use. One is Cellbrite UFED and the other one is Microsystemation XRY. I believe both were tools we used during this examination.
කුරේ ගෙන්දුව
me the tool ge
අනු කලවච තර්ජම
I'm sorry, witness, could you please repeat that for me? The names of the devices.
Yeah, we use two forensic tools. One is called Cellbrite UFED, that's UFED, and the other one is Microsystemation XRY.
Hekiveria dennevi mobile phone examine kurumga de digital forensic tool ka connect kurave wahaka e Cellbrite UFED adi Microsystemation XRY.
bato me the tool pura kama keno tool ge benumaki
Can you please explain the functions of these tools?
Both these tools are industry standard forensic examination tools. The purpose is to forensically extract data from mobile devices, which means extracting the data without changing any of it that is stored on the device.
Hekiveria dennevi de tool ki ves industry standard ke forensic data recovery tools kama e phone ga huri data extract ko ambura hoda e data badal nuko e ingota ambura libigatuma benu kurave tool
me the software benum ko ganno to me the tool benum ko gan data extract kurawuma fa den amal kurawa gotki ko bato
Can you please state how you conduct yourself after data has been extracted from an exhibit mobile phone?
Yes, we connect using cables between the computer, which houses the software, and the phone itself. The forensic software will then download the data from the phone in a forensically sound way onto the computer.
ترجمة.
Mobile phone device hekiveri dennevi cables medverika computer ka connect kurma fahu phone ga huri data download kurave wahaka recovery ya.
data mobile phone not exhibit එක මෙහුන data ඒ software medveriko gen download kuruma fahu e download kurawan mate libunu data ke phone go huri data kan kashawar kurawan goten onnanto.
Witness, how do you confirm that the data that was downloaded or extracted was from the original exhibit mobile phone?
Yes, after the extraction is completed, we do manual checks to compare the data that extracted by the tool to the data that is actually contained and visible on the device. We do this both ways, whereby we will select at random some data from the extraction and then try and find that on the phone. And we will also do it the other way around, where we will view data on the phone and we will try and then find that within the extraction. This verifies that the data has been recovered correctly by the forensic tool.
Hekiveri dennevi phone ko data extract kurma fahu tuve manual check ke kurave kama a Waking phone recover kurevunu data ki extract kurevunu data ki phone ga huri data to bala adi phone ga huri data ki extract kurevunu data ya dimawa data to bala check kureve kama.
Kurigando adifai wakil markulo.
Shukriya isteri kazi onda plasias emme ekuriya vidala viruga onda hiwani mi tarjuma kur ekuriya vidala bas tarjuma kuriruga sample gewah vidala vi huriha data ara kiya vidala mi raya bank net transaction ka
ترجمة كاشور كلابا.
Witness, do you manually check that all the data is the same, or do you take a sample pool of data and check it both ways?
Due to the large volumes of data on such devices, we employ dip sampling, so we use a sample of data.
Mobile phone for the device takuga amuko store kurave data gina wumuge sababung deep sample e medweriko phone ga huri data ya extract kuravunu data ki egwe data to adi extract kuravunu data ki phone ga huri data to sample e medweriko kashwar kurave wahaka hekiveriya dennevi.
Pere de men vidala dip sample lenaki kobato.
Witness, can you please give us more specifications on what deep sampling is?
Dip sampling is where we examine each area of the phone and we check for specific data that is stored within those areas. For example, we will go in and check that calls are accurate, times, dates and numbers. We will check messages for the same. We will check that the images are present and other data such as calendar entries and notes. Whatever the tool has extracted for each section, we will dip sample each section extracted.
Hekiveriya dennevi dip sampling of phone ge waki batakun manually check kurave data a calls in extract kurave data nama phone gula maulumatun extract kurave data nama phone ga huri call history ay data ya dimave to bala hama migota messages adi images adi calendar events phone input kurave ekikahala data e huri thanegga huri extract kurevunu gotatto kashawar kure.
Data extract kurma fahu den extraction amedo amal kuravani kineto.
After the data has been extracted, how do you, after the data has been extracted, what do you do with the extracted data?
Once the data has been checked, a report is produced. In this case, the report consisted of all of the data that was available to us from the devices. That is produced onto a disk, and then the disk is sent back with the exhibit itself. The original extraction and report are archived using an offline backup onto a hard drive, which goes into a safe.
Hekiveri vidalui data te check kurama fahu report lieve kama report lieve fahu mihalatuga recover kuravunu ni phonuga huriha data kama hekiveri vidaluje mi huriha data ane diskakan eluma fahu a device ambura ane phonuale a disk examine kuravunu mobile device ayaki ambura phonuale vekama adi original data ya report safe terega bandu kurave kama
Ekvere demmeti vidalui rak ekveria rakka kurabba data adi report ke copy e fahun e hodairu e data note e data ki kurin e recover kurawunu data kan kashawar kurabani kinetto.
Witness, how do you confirm that the data that is being reported is also the data that was recovered from the mobile device?
The dip sampling confirms that, because the data would be different on the phone than it would be on the extraction. Once we've copied over to our archive, the archive is indexed and it uses hash values so that we can determine that things have not been tampered with and that the data is not corrupt.
Hekiveria vidalui deep sampling medueriko ane check kurevuma fahu phone extract kurefawa e data eki phonuga huri data ya tafatu data eka vedane kama mihalatuga extract kurefawa data ya archive kurema fahu hash number deve kama hash value
hash value ki kobata.
Can the witness please explain what a hash value is?
A hash value is essentially a digital fingerprint for electronic data. It is a unique number that can be calculated from the data so that we can tell if any of that data has changed. Once a hash value has been generated for the data, if any of that data changes, the hash value will change too. So we log the hash value so we can check whether data has been changed at some future date.
Hekiveria vidalui hash value maseke kuravani ane recover kurave electronic data ya digital fingerprint nuata unique signature ge gotuga kama mi unique hash number nuata value generate kurave fahum data badalweje nama data ge hash value tafatu wa halategga extract kurevunu hash value ade value dima nuwanama phonuga huri data nuata extract kurevunu data detere fushuara kan kasharuwa kama
Data badale genoma for evesmi ka kurige hash value e data kurige hash value de vidane to ai kure vidane kametto.
Is it possible to alter data and have the previous hash value be attached to that data set?
No, this is not possible.
Can we wait one moment?
دفاع وكيل كوريكندو
تري سكاجا عندو مي هما سؤال كودم بينوي مي مسألة كتيرة مي هيكي هوشار فر دائرة كتيرة كمي مي ورا كل كل بكو بيان كفني مي هوشار هيك كده كتيرة مي كسر كرومات تكى اي مي تدو تشيك هنا مي هارو عند هيوني يبر ما بيرون دا سؤال تكين هم بدني سيدا مسألة كتيرة بڑا إنه مداوت تنو
Gautam की गता विदालवणी दीफा वकील शरबी शर्मा कुड़ी
شكرا قاضي داوت انه دكين هيك فيريا سؤال كوربني دايره ام بيرون كم كه فيريا هوشل مني هوشل فاتين اكزيبيت के सह कंक शवर कुरमट्टका एकं कुरमट्टका दावतु मी हेशवलिया गुಳಿಗೆ मी कुरवण सुवाल की मी हेक वेरिया एग्जिबिट 2 दावत की फोन नंबर दिस दे तीन अदि हतरे गवेस हेशवलियु तके जहाफे बवे एंकम ए हेक वेरिया एक्सट्रैक्ट कुरवणु डेटा तो मी एम फहुं मोबाइल फोरेंसिक रिपोर्ट गा दम्मी तहलील करे फया एकी तहलील करे फमनी एकं कशवर कुरमट्ट कदावतुम सवाल कुरम गंदने हम दावत लेकिन मी दायरा तेरे कुरवे सवाल तक कम
ए सवाल था कि शायद तुम इसमें गबल कराओ तो गाहम दायरा तेरे एक कुरे फॉर्म असकतोगे सहाकं कशवर कुरमट्ट का बदन जे बदम थे गोतुम कुरवे सवाल तक हम दायरा तेरे कुरे सवाल को बदा फीचर्स का बोलन कुरम कुरिया गंदवा दावत सवाल को लबा
شكرا استرغازي توسم كوري سوالكي الداتا يا بدل جنوم فهو هم كورين ديفن هاش فاليو الداتا كجويدانتو
The question is, after data has been changed, can a hash value that was previously attached to it prior to this change be attached to it once more after the alteration?
After the alteration, if a hash value is regenerated, then yes, you will get a different hash, but this will be different than the original hash.
Ekiveri avidalu data badal kurma fahu then generate kureve hash value wani kuriga e data badal kurumge kuring in hash value tafat value e kama.
then jehilana me masala guligen Usually for thing exhibit I do that they thinning at the Hatarega me by Ankurating extraction guligen. The Swalaki, we must say guligen, Tahli Kurmataka Hekiveri Ali before Nikong etcetto.
Witness, with regards to this case, what objects were given to you for examination?
We were given 3 iPhones, which we assigned the exhibit references as SA1, SA2, and SA3.
Hekiveri avidalu me masala guligen tahlil kuran libuni thing iPhone kama a SA1, SA2 adi SA3 gotuga folio galefawa iPhone ta.
Mitaket Hekiveri Ali before Nikineto.
Can you please confirm for us how these iPhones came to be in your possession?
Yes, they were submitted to us by a Mr. Simon Atkinson of Athena Intelligence.
Hekiveri me iPhone ta tahlil kuran difa wani Athena Intelligence ke Mr. Simon Atkinson namka kya be faratu.
Team phone libum Hekiveri Amal Kurabikineto.
Witness, can you please let us know how you conducted yourself after receiving these 3 iPhones? If you could section your answer in a way that would be easier for me to translate as well. Thank you.
Once we had received the iPhones, we booked them onto our system, onto our case management system, and then the items were put in secure storage, waiting to be examined.
Hekiveri denevi eme furtamano thing iPhone libumung ebe fulgengulwa case monitoring system thing iPhone gulevun kama adi ege fahun exhibit secure kurumataka container tere bandu kuravun kama.
then amal kurabekene to egfa.
How did you conduct yourself after the exhibits were closed inside the container?
Once the exhibits had been put in the secure storage area, those exhibits were picked up by myself once the date of the examination came around. I believe that was 2 days after submission.
Exhibit libunu thing iPhone secure storage ka ova hekiveria edenevi hekiveria exhibits libunta deduastere examination ge wagutu auma guligen etin iPhone storage amila fula nengevi kama.
Vero dal defanto hekiveria e phone ta libuni konduahto.
Witness, can you please state the date on which you received these 3 iPhones?
Yes, I'll consult with my notes. The dates that we received them was the 2nd of December 2015, and I started examination on the 4th of December 2015.
Hekiveria edenevi exhibit Kamava meeting iPhone Libiwada Nevi Dehas Fanarwana Haruke December Mahuge Devana Duhukama the examination thing iPhone Haval Vetanavi Dehas Fanarwana Haruge December Mahuge Hatarwana Duhukama.
Hekiveria kurin hekibes devum vidalweje libe exhibit tanat phone ta tahlil kurma benu kurani celebrate UFED adimige iturun XRY kia software kama mi masala galib fa phone ta tahlil kurma benu kuri bes mi wasilatatto.
Witness, can you please confirm for us that the tools used to examine the 3 iPhones in question were the Celebrate UFED and XRY tools?
Yes, they were.
Hekiveria edenevi anke.
Mi hekiveria mi masala adi before team phone extract kuravunu data gesa hakan kashawar kurmatta ka confia wartake talubi.
What steps did you take to confirm the legitimacy and validity of the data that was extracted from the phones?
We examined the recovered data and compared it against what was actually visible and present on the devices themselves. We did this for each section of the phone so that most of the data types or all of the data types that were recovered were checked.
Hekiveria edenevi phone recover kuravunu tafatu eki wattaruge data recover kuravunu data ya phone ga fennanguri data eggetto bala kashawar kuravunu kama.
Hekiveria kurin hekibes devum vidalwe amu gotega phone ge extraction hedma for clock setting check kurava ke egota mi masala ge clock setting check kura ifveto.
Witness, in your previous statement, you said that it is common procedure to check or verify the clock setting of a phone during examination. Did you do so in this case for the 3 iPhones?
Yes, before connecting to the examination equipment, the date clock data was checked as previously described.
Hekiveria edenevi kuring bunevunu fadang extraction tools are connect kuravunge kuring phone ge clock setting check kuravunu kama.
Mikan clock setting check kuru muhimmu kamaka mewani kimvegento.
Can you please explain to us why checking the clock setting on such mobile devices is important?
This is important because almost all of the dates and times that are logged by a phone are taken by its own internal clock. So for those dates to be accurate, it requires that the clock itself is accurate when compared to real time.
Hekiveriya denevi fornuga ane phonun kura masiketaka guligen e record kurave wagutaki phonuge eterege inna gadiya eggota record kurave wagutkama wati phonuge clock check kurun examination ga muhimu wakama
විදාළුවක් හැකිවේරේ විදාළුවක් clock setting naki එවස් මිහි කාමිල්ලේ අකුලගෙන් ඒ බදල් කර විදාන්තෝ.
Witness, can an individual change the clock setting on their phone in a way that might hamper your examination?
The type of phone that was submitted, the iPhone, has automatic update of the clock enabled by default. The user would have to go into the clock settings and change this, and then change the clock settings to do this. If they were to do it, then any data that is stored after that point will have an incorrect time and date.
Ikiveriya denevi iPhone ge default clock setting amila farataku badal kura nama ege phone phone ge record kurave huriha data ege wagutu innani e badal kuravunu waguta egota record kurefakama.
මේ මසලක තහවුරු කරවන එවස් ෆෝනකම් හැකිවේරේ දැම්ම විදාළු ෆද කම පහ කරේ.
In the 3 phones that were examined for this case, did the witness notice that the clock setting had been changed on any of the devices?
I did not see any evidence of the clock having been changed on those devices.
Hekiveriya denevi evis device ekka clock setting badal kurefa wakama fahaga nukurave kama examination ge tereng.
හැකිවේරිය දෙම්ම විදාළු දෙගොතුගේ ඉතුරුන් ෆෝන් කුරේ data manipulate කොෆනත බදල කෙනස හොරිතෝ බලන් ඉතුරු කම හැකිවේරිය කුරව ෆාන්තෝ.
In addition to what you have already explained to us, what are the other ways that you can check or verify whether data on a mobile phone, iPhone, has been manipulated?
We can check using the extraction as to whether data is in the wrong place with incorrect dates. For example, you would expect a list of entries to be chronological in date order, but if the clock has been manipulated, then this list may show the dates not in chronological order. I didn't see any evidence of that during my examination.
Hekiveriya vidalui extract kurevunu data adi phonuga huri data alakia check kureve iru data nuba tanega store kurefa hunna nama nuata nuba tarihaka wagutaka eki store kurefa nama e manipulated data kama belevena kama nama ves mikeska efada eves kame team phone fahaga nuakama.
ෆෝනුග ෆෝන මෙසේජෙන් ඉතුරු කොන්වත මෙසේජ හුරිතම් බදල්කො එෆද කමෙක් කොෆියා දෙම්මෙති ෆාහක් කරවි මෙතඩ් තකුන් ඒකංකන් දැනගන වෙනතෝ.
Witness, if a message has been added or removed from the message log, would the procedures you just described to us be able to catch that during examination?
It is, because of the way that iPhones work, it is difficult to add messages to a message block because everything is done via related databases. So this is a very difficult thing to do. Removal of messages can be deleted by the user but these sometimes can get recovered, sometimes not. The examination may therefore recover deleted messages that have been removed, but it's very unlikely that messages have been added.
Kiveria edidalu iPhone ta masike kuragotu message ituru kurung e warang undagu kamekama namaves iPhone gengule faratu delete koffa nuata remove koffa huri message ta mi extraction and recover kure for wakama fahaga kurava.
Ekiveria demme hekibas devum vidalu veje iPhone ga mi message ta store kore fme nevaki database egga kama pumu e message lokkakun badal genomaka undagu kamaka wanikama egota badale genesuri kama wanam hekiveria ekam faha kure ven tonot belen gote wonnanto.
You just mentioned that it would be very difficult to add or remove messages from the message block. Would there be a way for you to tell if messages have been added in this way?
Shukriya istere gaze dalton puri sual ke remove kurumge waha kenno ituru message ang add kura ekam faha kolamen
adami tarjamana mi de ba ko kure gende woni alum mi suwa kola
Please excuse me.
Shukriya ituru kamen gotan dalton e bakida ko sharit majas doka diu mai deti kom gesne kede
tarjaman kure gendo
Witness, the question that was presented, apologies, I phrased it wrong earlier. You have earlier mentioned that it will be very difficult to add messages into the message block. The question is, would there be a way for an examiner to check or confirm if messages have been added in such a way?
There would be a way to check, and that would be to examine the databases and the message lists themselves as recovered from the forensic tool. Each message is given a unique number by the database itself. It's an automatic thing that the phone does. If a message had been inserted in a conversation, the unique reference number would be different than the messages before and after it. For example, you may have messages numbered 1 to 10, and you may insert a message after number 5. But for the database will log the message as number 11, even though it may appear as number 5 on the list. So we can look at the lists and actually see whether or not the data, the unique numbers match and are sequential.
Hekiveria denevi mifada message block ka message add nota ituru kurevifa into kashavaru kurevenakama ane me forensic recovery tooling extract kofa honna data balairu a komme message ka ves wakin has reference number defawa halu ekakun diheka message ta number kureve halatuga fahaka hisabun ituru message ituru kurairues a unique reference number in naga gannanakan a 11 wana message kama
the obvious alteration me masala gam tahulil karon tim phone faha kure feto.
Did the witness notice that any such alterations had been made to the message blocks in the 3 iPhones in this case?
I did not see any evidence of this in the data that I analysed.
Hekiveria denevi hekiveria analyze kuri eves data ku mifad kame fahaga noakama.
Hekiveria mi hazir korfme dalton hushala thing exhibit ka guligen me thing exhibit dalton isne kede thing exhibit follow number duista de duista thine duista hatare gami faha ko exhibit ta hekiveria balalunga
هذا مي ترجمة بدالوي مي اليوم بلا هذا باشا.
Witness, for the next part of the questioning, we request that you take a look at your notes, the file that was left on the table.
Okay.
report ke point thine ke bayan kure copy forensic tool extraction dumps ke copy exhibit undim wahaka mi kom wahaki to mi bayan kurawan
Point 1.3 on the report, it mentions that a copy of the reports and forensic tool extraction dumps, that is the section, though. Can you confirm for us what copy that is?
Yes, that is a copy that's encrypted on a USB encrypted flash drive, which I exhibit as FED 003361-SA1-1.
Security Denavi a copy ishara kuravani encrypted USB flash drive comma defawa number ki FED 003361 SA1-1.
Dato kuri suwala ki eke point tinega e bayan kure report ta kaide ton forensic tool extraction dump from the exhibit devon wahaka a forensic tool extraction dumps ge maane ki kobato e koche dim wahaka to
Witness, can you please detail to us what a forensic tool extraction dump is? What was provided underneath that?
Yeah. When a phone is connected to a forensic tool, the forensic tool will produce all the data that it's extracted within one or more dump files. From these dump files, reports can be generated, which can be in any format. So the dump itself is the actual raw file generated by the forensic tool. The reports are anything that is generated by the tool, which is human readable, for example, Excel or PDF or Word documents.
Security then we phone forensic tool aka connect kurma fahu then extract kurave data tang hunani raw file eke gotuga kama extraction dump refer kurani raw file kama report ela danawa fendi mihuna kiye gota tafsil wa gota Excel file PDF file nota Word file ege gotun e malumat ane tilakollafa in a report devonu kama.
select dal mi hawala de duista tine ID duista hatar number folio ka thing exhibit ge wahaka eba bayan kure dal sual kolam benwani meeting exhibit with meeting drive mi hawal kurwani kom farata kato farata kato hawal kurwani
with regards to Exhibit 202, 203, and 204, were they given to the same party or separate parties?
They were given to the same party.
Can you please detail what that party was?
You're talking about the exhibits that I've just said, the original exhibits?
sual mi kurani mi masalaga extraction dumps and reports take dinkama exhibits generated get 2.1 වන්ග කොමරි report එක ගස බැංකුවේ දුස්ත දෙ තිනෙන් හතර එකස් මිත් තකෙති හවල් කරවනි කොන්ෆරාත කතෝ
We want to know what party that the exhibits 2.1 as on the 3 reports. Who was 2.1 the zip file given to?
That was given to a representative of Maldives police, and I do not have his name with me at the moment.
Ekiveriya vidalui me in report gule data malumat hawal kurevuni Maldives police service ke faratum befulaka kama e befulage nan miwagutu hama kureve got karnu kagene.
Konta meeting drive me hawal kurevuni.
Where were these 3 drives handed over?
They were handed over within our lab to the representatives of the Maldives Police Department.
Tin drive fulunge representative hawal kurevuni e befula maseke kurava laboratory ge teren kama kashwar kodif.
Komme report egas de point ek point tinega eba bayan kure data integrity yataka hash value take md5 by sha1 kya de value bayan ko fiber ege benuma ki bat
On all 3 reports, point 2.1, point 3 refers to an MD5 and SHA1 value. Can you please explain that to us?
These 2 values are the hash values of each of the files within each of the disks that were given to the Maldives police. This is for data integrity so that they can tell and we can tell the data has been changed.
One moment.
شكرا إذا ترفعني around يوسف نايم يوكل هذه تامزاتي إذا ترفعني أرمي هكذا أجي أتفرج على فايل بالله في معلومة شريعة أروم من داير وانا فاهم كده أروم مننا دولتهم هم كتي فوا witness statement أدي examination report का نهيمنا معلومات تبس أتفرج على ليكيون تكون بالله وابا بيدارلو أكان أمن دكيا كتوكا شريعة كوريا دار خبير بيس أدي ليه هكذا كم قويس ميداني عادة هكذا كم قويس أمي هكا شريعتهم هدا ميداني حقيقة كتوكا هام كورين فالي كيون تبلا ඒගොරි මාලුමාත්ක මච්ච බිනාකොන් හදාන් ආකොර එක්වරියා මිහාර බල්ලවමුන් දා ලේකියුන්තක්කි ශරියතු හාම කොරේ ෆදවතු හාම කොරවා වා ලේකියුන්තකේ නූන් කම බානම අවුල් මේ උතරස් කුරන් එලියකුන්ත බෙලමු ෆුර්සත එක්වරියා දෙමුන් දා දියුම අද අවුල් මේ එදෙන් ශරියතුන් එක්වරියාගේ අප්පොල ඉතුරු එවස් ලියුමේ මිදෙන්නවි එක්සාමිනේෂන් රිපෝට් ආදි විට්නස් ස්ටේට්මන්ට් ආදි අවුල් මෙන හාම කොෆවා digital data ya fiyawa ituru evs liume consult ko nuni e ballawa ekiba sada kurumun diuma awul me uteras kora fursat nu dinuma ete
demmega dawlatum bidalo vejje folio number take emma e folio number duista de kom feshgen duista hatar ka kam ha me kam mi hekveri atuga mi har onnam waani emma e duista de tinen hatare mi ge berong itliu me shaytun hawa nukura emma ek teren suwat kuriken dana
President Pandya around isna for the wafina me argument ekan kashwar korevena bes kotenne kariga innevi dawlat ke mozef kama baati e mozef medweri ko kashwar kodden around me eden हम हकीकत कुछ दावतों में दाड़वा फोलियो नंबर था तो हेकिवरिया का पुल का पानी ये आगुंडा हम इस तरफ अंडिया हम मी महलरस बल्लवाक का मवान में हेकिवरिया नोट्स बेल्ले मफ़ाहो ए देवा मालूमात तक आउन में आतुको लेकिन तक काटी मले इन्नोवे इस तरफ अंडिया आते आउन में आतुको लेकिन तो कन्ने इतना मालूमात हेकिवरिया नोट्स बल्लवा पे बिदाड़ो मुकेंदवा इनका मवान माउन देखेगा तो मिहारो सवाल उफेदिच्चे මෙකිවරි ආප්පල ගෝති හගීගතු ගස් අවුන් මෙන්න හිස්සා කුරලි කියන්තෝ ඉසිතර ෆන්ඩියාති විදාළුවේ ෆෝලියෝ නම්බර් තක්කි අවුන් මෙන්න ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಔಟ್ ಗೆ ಜರಿಯಾ ಅತುಕ ಬಾಬಾ ಕಮ ಬಾಣ ಮಮ ದಿಗು ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಎನ್ನು ದೇತಿಂಗ್ ಹತರು ಗಾಂಡಿ ಗೆಚ್ಚೆ ಎಕಿವರಿಯಾಗ ಅಪ್ಪಳು ಗೋ ಡೊಸಿಯೆ ಗವಣೆ ಬಫೆನೆ ಫುದೆ ವರಕ ಗಿನ ದೇಕಿ ಅಂತ ಬರುಕೋ ಅಪ್ಪಳು ಗೋ ವಾ ಎಮಿ ಮ ವಿಸಿಬಲಿ ವೆಸೆ ಬಫೆನೆ ತಫಾತೆ ಅವನ್ ಮೆ ಅತುಕ ಹೊರಿ ದೇಕಿ ಅಂತ ಕಾಯ್ಕವರೆ ಅತುಕ ಹೊರಿ ದಿ ಅಂತ ಕಾ ಅವಳ ಎದೆನ್ ಶರಿಯತುನ್ ಮಿವಾಗುತುಗ ಶರಿಯತುನ್ ಮಿ ಬೇಲಿಫ್ ಗೊತುಗ ನೋನಿ ಕೋರ್ಟುಗೆ ಎಹಿತರಿ ಗೊತುಗ ಡೆಸಿಗ್ನೇಟ್ ಕೊಫೋರಿ ಮಿವಾಗುತು ಎ ಇನ್ನೆವಿ ಹೈ ಕಮಿಷನ್ ಗೆ ಬೇಫುಳಾ ಕಮ ಬಾತಿವೆ ಶರಿತು ಅಮರು ಕೊದ್ದೆವ ಎ ಬೇಫುಳಾ ಮೆದ್ವರಿಕೋ ಶರಿಯತುಗೆ ಬೇನಂತ ಕಟ್ಟಕ ಕಶವರ್ ಕೊದ್ದೆವ ಎಕಿವರಿಯಾಗ ಅತುಕ ಹೊರಿ ದೇಕಿ ಅಂತ ಕ್ಯಾದಿ ಕಶವರ್ ಕೊದ್ದೆವ ಗೊತ್ತು ಅವಳ ಎದೆನ್ ಹೈ ಕಮಿಷನ್ ಗೆ ಬೇಫುಳಾ ಎ ಕೊಮ್ಮೆ ಲಿಯುಕಿಯುಮೆಗೆ ಸುರುಹಿ ತಾರೀಹ ವಿದಾಳು ಮುಗೆಂದವಂ ಎ ಡೊಸಿಯೆ ಬಲ್ಲವಾಫ ಏರು ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಯಾಗಿ ಮಾನಕ ಮಾವನ್ දෙකෙන් ඒ හගීගතුගේ දවතුන් විදාලව ෆෝලියෝ නම්බර් තත්තෝ එකවරි ආතුගෝති
කුරියගෙන් දෝදිෆා
شكرا يا استفانا أولنا كده والي عبد الله يامن عبد الله بيجي مقدفع كده نترين عدم سمي أولنا كوري مسام ديني باك استفانا ديرو دولتهم كوري سبينا بس دولي بي يوسف نه فراتون كوري يتراز كي مدفع مسكورا يتراز كم فاها كورا إنما بس أولنا يتراز كورا كتافات أولنا من ديني هكيوري عريوغا إنبي embassy بيفرا إنه سيدا هكيوري كورين أسوا دبوا إذن أربعة هكيوري أتوقع كوري كونكون دوكيومنت تكتو هكيوري هكيم فاها كده
ದಾವತಂ ಕೀಗತ ವಿದಾಳವಣೆ
ಶುಕ್ರಿಯ ಇಸ್ತ್ರಿಗಾಸ್ ದಾವತ್ಗೆ ಉತ್ತರಾಜನ್ನೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ ಅಶೋರ್ ಕುರಾಮ್
ಮಿ ಎಂಬಸಿಗ ಸರಿಯತುಗ ಇನ್ನೆವಿ ಪ್ರಾತುಂ ಬಲ್ಲವಾಲ್ ದೆವ್ವ ಎಕಿವರಿ ಆತುಗ ಲಿಯಕಿ ಉಂತಹಕಿ ಶರಿಯ ಫೆಶಮ ಕುರಿಮಿ ಅದು ಶರಿಯತುಂ ಎಕಿವರಿಯ ಹಿಸ್ಸಾ ಕುರುಮಟ್ಟಕ ಫೋಣುವಿ ಲೀಕಿ ಉಂತತ್ತು ಎಗೊತ್ತುಂ ಲಿಯುಮುಗ ಮತೀಗ ಇನ್ನ ನಂಬರ್ ಜಹಾಫ ದುಯಿಸತ್ತದೆ ದುಯಿಸದೇಗ ಹಿಮೆನೇನೆ ದೇಗಂಡೆ ಅದಿ ದುಯಿಸತ್ತ ತಿನೆ ಮೀಗವೆಸ್ಸಮ ದೇಸಫಾ ಉನ್ನಾನ್ dem duisata hatare egas desafa himenegen wana mi liunta ekani hekiveriya awal kottaba
Just this one.
ani matigena number ja duisata de gotuga onnane ege number oga innane desafa tiri gannane eke de gotama desafa innane desafa ya duisata tine egesama desafa ekulevene adi mi duisata hatere gaves desafa onnane itur liya megoti ja mi nangal de wafa hawal kodeba
mi almena hawal mi befra wan hawal korevi ono bi lion igebe duisata de eggandugo duisata de devana gandugo duisata tine imwana gandugo duisata tine imwana gandugo duisata hatare ni almena hawal
itur liya mende detta
ituru lion ena tugai pawo
ade kuriya gendo itur liya mende kam vidalu ena kononto
ena tugai pore ituru lion
mi eliunta mi nangawa de wanga shariyatun de mi hawal kofar liunta ekani mi majlihuga mi bahatani denhur liunta mi tifaratun nanga fa duruga bahata debba hame ekani mi din report agule otun hama badalani hawal korefa wa liuma balagin kuriya gendani adi kuriya gendo ದಾವತಂ ಮುಡುಕರವ ದಿಫಾ ವಕೀಲ್ kuriya gendo
ಶುಕ್ರಿಯ ಇಸ್ತಿಫಾಂಡಿ ಅರೌಂಡ್ ಯೂಸುಫ್ ನೇಮಿಗೆ ವಕೀಲ ಹಸಿಫ್ ಹಮ್ಜಾತಿ ಮಿ ಇಸ್ತಿಫಾಂಡಿ ಅರ್ ಮಿ ಅಮ ನಿಮ್ಮೆ ಮಾ ಗುಡಿಗೆ ಅವಡೆ ದೆನ್ ಮಹಲರುನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಕ್ ಕೊದ್ದೆವ್ವ ಮೀಗೆ ಕುರಿಂಗ್ ಎ ಗೆಂಗುಳು ವಿ ಕಾಳು ಫೈಲ್ಗ ಹುರಿ ಲಿಯುಂತ ಬಲ್ಲವ ಬೇಬಿ ಹುರಿ ಹಾ ಜವಾಬೆ ಐ ಇಸ್ತಿಫಾಂಡಿ ಅರ್ತಿ ನಿಮ್ಮೆವಿ එලියුන්තකකි ඒනය කොන්සර්ට් කුරුමට්ටක අලිබිගෙන් වානෙච්චෙන් නොවුන්කම එනිම්මෙවුන් එගොත නිම්මෙවුන්ගේ නතිජාකමවුන් දෙකෙ මහදරුන් මේගේ ෆහුන් එයි ශරිත ලිබිෆා හැකිකම නුබෙල්ලෙවුන් එහෙන්නුනම එහික්කකි තගයරෆා හැකිකම වෙගෙන් දාන කමවුන් දෙකේ තේකම් පහක් කර
ರೋಗ ಮಿದೆನ್ನೆ ಕುರಿ ಸ್ವೆದೆನ್ನೆವಿ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ತಕ ಗುಳುಂ ಹುರಿ ವಾಹತ ಗುಳೆಫ ಹುರಿ ವಾಹತ ಬೆಸ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ತವಗ ಹುರಿ ವಾಹತ ಬೆಸ ಹುರಿ ವಿದಾಳು ಫಹಮ ಎ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಗುಳಿಗನ್ ದಾವತುಂ ಕುರಿ ಸುವಾಲ್ ತಕ ತೆರೆಗ ಏಗ ಬೇರೊಂ ಹಿಮಿನ ಫ್ರಿ ಕಂದತ್ತಂ ಉನಿ ಕೊರನ್ ಜೆನ ಕೊನ್ ಶೈತುಂ ಗಬಲ್ ಕೊರನಿ ಎ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಉಗ ಹುರಿ ವಾಹತಂ ಉನಿ ಕುರಿ ಮ ಹಿಸಾಬಂ ಏಗೆ ಮಿ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಫುರಿ ಹಮ ಹೆಕೆ ಬಯಕತುಗ ವೇಗ ನುದಾನ ಕಮ ಹೆಮ ಎ ಬೇರೊಂ ಹುರಿ ಬಾತಗ ಉನಿ ಕಮ ಗವಾನ ಎ ಬಾತ ಶೈತುಂ ಉನಿ ಕೊರಾನಿ ದಾವತುಂ ಕುರಿ ಗೆಂದವ
Chris, adulta miharu safen nuwe ekota avara general ko dennevima kon kamakakame sida difa mi utiras ko uni kuram mi eduni kiye e sida mi document kami huri kankam ge berum waragina kankam kuri suwala gudige waki hama mi kolu शरीयत के मंजर तो बल मुदारस वकी डॉक्यूमेंट का नुबला जवाब दे मुंदियतम दावत फाह के भी हम पालागिन कौन सवाल का दिन जवाब है तो स्ट्राइक आउट को दिन मम्मी देनी एकन साफ पे जा दावत देंकुरम हुरी सवाल तक मते कैप्चर वाक में कम वाण में तुर सवाल करूंगे फुर्सत दावत अन्नाने को कम थिंक हम गवाते एकन ता दावत साफ को दिन में
mi hekeriya hazır ka fami wani hotel fa wa tin evidence ka gule gotu tin report ha gotu dawata kan staff wada na wan ema etin report ha gule gotu kuriya gendawa den e kurin hekeriya ge talima tajriba ya gule gotu kuri sualta ki e general kurum genda sualta ema mi kam ga dawata ngolomen onna kan shayton no deke kuriya gendawa
Gazi, dawatum kuram dia suala ki mi report taw ga bayan ko fa by data integrity ya gulige data integrity wa ka bank of MD5 ka shawan ne ka wa ka mi can data integrity ka shawar wani ki netto
The question is, how does the MD5 code and the SHA-1 code assist in confirming data validity and integrity?
The MD5 and SHA1 values are hash values, so that when I produced the data that I provided to the Maldives police, I hashed the value so that they can take the data back with them, and then they can check with me at any time that that data has remained the same. If the data remains the same, the MD5 and SH1A hashes will be the same.
Hekiveriya dennevi Maldives Police Service data hawa kurumge kuring data hash value generate kure fa wakama mi hisabun data badaleng annanama Maldives Police Service ke faratun hekiveriya ki check kuruma faho MD5 adi SHA1 hash value badalwe fa wanama data badalwe fa wakan kashawar kurevenka
kuring hekiveriya hekibas devamo without which data manipulation engule to balan clock setting balawa hakeka sample dipet hadawa hakya mige turu message database take check kurawa ekan kan check kura iru evs kala manipulation engule je yamu hekiveriya ekan kan faha kurane to
Previously, you mentioned that during examination there was a clock check and a sample dip and many other steps that were being taken to extract the data. Would you make a note if you had noticed that data had been manipulated throughout these checks processes?
Yes, that is specifically one thing that we always look for in these examinations. So there would have been a note and I would have seen that.
Thank you very much. Then we for the examination thank hingumuga amuko balanives ekakantaka kama ehwe egota data badal kure for warnama fahaga kurevenakama.
hekiveriya 2. Me report get 2.1.2 gave bayan kure celebrate dumps including any that failed XRY dumps including that any that failed me they team hekiveriya dalu kankan kashawar kure vento
Can you please clarify for us what in the exhibits generated section in the report there is a point 2.1.2. Can you clarify for us what a Cellbrite dump and an XRY dump, including any that failed? What does that mean?
شكرا استكاس داون كوري سوالكي ميت ده دامبون اكيبري ايدا لوي فدا manipulation هوريا اكن دنگد وينتو اي كوري سوالكي
Apologies. The question is, from these dumps, would you be able to identify if there had been any manipulation?
Yes, if the manipulation was very obvious, for example, as I previously described, where the indexes had changed on messages, for example, or calls. But yes, manipulation would be evident on these dumps if it was there.
Denevi bodu badaltaka genai fawanama misalka index badalvet not a message not a call ang attach kore phone wagut khalitis badalvet janama mi for the dampakung fahagawan kama.
شكرا استكاس داوتن اتورا ميوكت قران سوالني
ترجمان مي بدالو دبا داوتن سوالتن يوم شريتو مهار مهرباني داوالي بي defrattering ablo yamin ablo gayuma mi kurewan swata guligem mi cross exam kurmak ema egoton exwal taka mi den ekiveria jabade banchana kum.
Witness, the prosecution has concluded their questioning for now. Questions will now be given by the defendant's lawyers, Abdul Yamin's lawyers, for cross-examination regarding what you have said.
Ablo yam lugum fraton mi ekiveria de mega dawata kur swata guligem swata kureken dawa.
शुक्रिया जतर इसमें यार होने की दवाले भी अब्दुल्ला जान अब्दुल कायम के निकाय वकीलों के तरह आदम शमी एक्वेरिया पाहा का कुरबा फिर मेक टीम फोन और टीम डिवाइस एक्वेरिया लिबनी साइमन एटकिंसन क्या फराते क्या तुम कमा अदी लिबन तारी हॉस्पिटल विच मी एक्वेरिया कुरे कौन हाल में सवाल की मी डिवाइस तो अस्तु बरी फराते की को बाकम एक्वेरिया इंगेतो.
Witness, you mentioned that you received the 3 iPhones and devices from one Mr. Simon Atkinson. The question is, do you know who the owners of the devices were prior to receiving them?
Mr. Atkinson did not disclose any information about who the owners were or what the case was that he was working on. We just knew that there were 3 phones that were from outside the UK. That was as much as we knew.
Hekiveria denevi phone ta hawal kurevunu wagutu phone ta ge verifaratunaki komba ekkama udanakama ingi wadannavi hammekan malumataki phone ta libfawani ingi resulatum berun kama.
एक्वेरिया पाहा का कुरबा फिर फोन तक के वेरीफाई ने के फोन तक लिबुनो कमाल दी फोन ता लिबुनी इंग्लिश लातुम बे का पाहा कुरबा एक्वेरिया मी दन्नो इंगेने तो एक्वेरिया हमें मी फोन ता गाम के कुरिया के विदालवा साइमन एटकिंसन फोन ता लिबुमा हमें एक अस्तु वेरीफाई तक तुम विदिन नॉन साइमन एटकिंसन हमें ये फोन ता गाम दे तेरेगा एहिम फराते गतंगे फोन एरिकनो ते फोन तक भी गोते एदेतरे हिंगा देवस कम एक्वेरिया दन्नो इंगेने तो.
Would the witness be able to tell us about who possessed the devices prior to the devices reaching Simon Atkinson and therefore reaching you? Were you aware that others had them or so forth?
We have no information about that, so no, I don't know.
Hekiveria denevi efad malumata nenge kama.
तकती एक्वेरिया लिबुनी साइमन एटकिंसन क्या मैं गातों का विदालो है बा मी एक्वेरिया बेल्लेबिन तो मी मैं तकती इतने विदालो साइमन एटकिंसन आता लिबुनी Beteketi astu referatu gatun kan nota hem parate gatun ka e belli faveto.
Did you clarify who Simon Atkinson received the devices from before they were given to you? Were they given to Simon Atkinson by the owners of the devices? Did you clarify this?
We always ask people if they have a lawful basis for submitting items to us when the items do not belong to them. Mr. Atkinson said that he had owner's consent.
Tekiveria edeneve abadues mi for the device the gabul kurumge kuring ahakama e hawal kurava farataki e device ke verifaratu ge huda libigen hawal kura farate kama Simon Atkinson e for the huda libigen kama device hawal kuri hekiveria.
Phone ta hekiveria lebun fahon idalu jelibun tariwa singeto hekiveria ama mi phone ta ngawma pahuga mi phone ta hekiveria gengunu gotuge best chain of custody foruwa the maintain ko fuanato.
Following the witness having received these devices, did you maintain a chain of custody from that point on for the three devices?
Yes, from them being booked into our system to them leaving our premises, we had a chain of custody, yes.
Hekiveria edenevi phonutang ebefurge system takang enter kuravunu fahung e maseke kuravatan duko phonta diuma jehenden chain of custody maintain kurefwakama.
Without for the chain of custody me report ta kage hoshala hawanato.
Was the reference chain of custody also submitted to the court with your reports?
We did not know who the court was at the time of our submission because we were only dealing with Mr. Simon Atkinson, so we didn't even know that the Maldives were involved at that point.
Hekiveria edenevi ebefurun visnifawagatu mi Simon Atkinson na ebefurna detere hingawa muamalatekama ebefurna kannenge divehirajege courtum ves mi muamalat kawaga palambenu wakamka.
Ema hekiveria koren asaf kossa devwa hekiveria te vidalu wani mi masalaga hekiveria mi phone tan libun fahun mi phone tan hekiveria gengunu gotuge chain of custody copy report takage phone wa kamat to vidalu wani.
Can you please confirm and restate whether you did not submit a chain of custody document to the court along with your report?
ترجمان هيك ما لقدام دعوتهم كوريجن.
One moment.
Request regase dautum yuturas mi kurani mi hekiveria kurave sual ga hekiveria jawab dengiro vidale nuwe chain of custody ge document en wahaka document ge copy en erwito egota sual ko chain of custody en wahaka vidale hem document en to document hawal kore un to sual korava ekama dautum yuturas kuran
ಅದು ಕುರಿಯಗಂದ ಅದು
ಸರ್ ಇವನ್ನ ಅರುಂಡು ಸರ್ ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ಗೆ ವಾಹಕ ನಮ್ಮ ದಕ್ಕನೆ ಕಿವರೆ ವಿದಾಳು ತರುಣ ಸಿವನ್ ಕಿವರೆ ವಿದಾಳು ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಗೆ ಗಂಗುಣಿ ಅರುಂಡು ಬಿಹಾನೆ ಗಂಗುಣು ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಗಂಗುಳು ಹೆಚ್ಚಂಗ ಅದೇ ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಕಬಿನ ಸದೆ ಹಿಂಗ ಚೆಕ್ಕ ಕಬಿನ ಎ ಗಂಗುಳು ಹೆಚ್ಚಂಗ ಕಾಪಿ ಮಾದಿ ಫುಲುನ್ನ ಉಶೇಳು ಬಿನ್ ತೋಯ್ ಮಿ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ತಕ ಹಾಕಿಗ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವಾಯ್ಸ್
The chain of custody that you had in whatever form it was, did you submit it along with your reports to the Maldives Police Service?
I submitted the chain of custody as a witness statement to the police, yes.
Yeah, the Navy chain of custody vani Maldives Police Service witness statement ege medverikon aruaf kama.
ema hekivere ti vidalwani mar hekivere appuluga oi folio number 207 203 204 ei to mi vidalwa chain of custody.
Witness, does that mean that folio 202, 203, and 204 are the chain of custody that we're referring to.
The chain of custody that I was asked to provide was for the original exhibits that were submitted by Simon Atkinson, which were the SA1, SA2, and SA3.
SA1, SA2 adi SA3 ke gotuga Simon Atkinson hawal kuravi devices ge chain of custody defawakama edenevi.
අපට මේ අහසවාලකි හැකිවරියා ටීම් ෆෝන් නංගේ වාහක ටීම් ෆෝන් හැකිවරියා ලැබුණු හිසාබුන් ටීම් ෆෝන් ගේ චේන් ඔෆ් කස්ටඩි හැකිවරියා මේන්ටේන් කරවෙකම විදාළුවි අවුණු මිකුරා සවාලකි හැකිවරියා මේ ටීම් ෆෝන් ලැබුණු ෆහුන් ටීම් ෆෝන් ගේ හැකිවරියා ති මේන්ටේන් කරවෙ චේන් ඔෆ් කස්ටඩි ගේ print modis police service me report the phone viru yake phone binto.
Witness, you said that a chain of custody had been maintained for the devices. The question is whether a print or document detailing as such was given to the Maldives Police Service along with your other reports.
The original reports did not contain the chain of custody, but that was requested at a later date by the Maldives Police and provided by me by means of a statement, witness statement.
Hekiveria Denevi Feshumuga Husharun report the chain of custody Nuhimene Kama Ekamaku Fahung Maldives Police Service e Aruafawakama. Can you state what date the chain of custody was given to the Maldives Police Service?
I have it in my folder if I may look.
Hekiveria Denevi Kalu folder Terega e Malumat Himenen Kama.
Kuriddan ekvere faha kurava metin phone ku image take nenge waha kami tim phone ke image nenge vita
Were images extracted from all three iPhones?
I believe at least one of the iPhones was faulty and would not allow the extraction of data. The images would have been extracted from all the other exhibits that were capable of doing that.
Hekiveria Denevi Husharun thing iPhone tereng iPhone aki 40 phone nakama adi iPhone fiawa then huri phone takung image extract kore fawakama.
iha wagute negito me image to extract karo.
How long did it take you? How much time did it take you to extract data from these devices?
It generally takes around about half a day per exit per device. Yes.
From a device sakung extract kuruma minagani dualage debakole baha wagut.
ekveriya auto kurin swal kuri ekveriya nebunu tim phone ge me chain of custody agule goto auto miharu swal kuram benu wani ekveriya tim phone nangawa tim phone ge tereng den image negun phone tagge image ta dengo fahoga image ta etakidege chain of custody maintain korevana.
The question is, images were extracted from at least two of the devices. Did you maintain a chain of custody for those images?
Yes, those were included on the witness statements provided to Simon Atkinson, and that was the chain of custody.
Hekiveria dennevi Simon Atkinson na husharunu witness statement ka a chain of custody himen fawanikama.
Hekiveria ati vidalwani me masala ka hekiveria lebunu phone takka adi phone takku negunu image tahuge data ya me debawa de me detige chain of custody ya adi report taka me hori hache husharuni Simon Atkinson to ento ti vidalwani.
Can you confirm whether the chain of custody was submitted to Simon Atkinson on your part?
And Simon Atkinson will have received the discs, the reports, and a covering witness statement detailing the continuity and chain of custody for each exhibit.
Hekiveria dennevi Simon Atkinson na hawal kure fawani diska reporter adi chain of custody himene gota digu witness statement ekama.
Hekiveria demme ti vidalwe eppe setching hekiveria modis police service phone wanadu.
Any of the items that you just mentioned, have you personally sent them to the Maldives Police Service?
At the end of our examination, they were given back to Simon Atkinson. There were no Maldives police involvement for the original examination.
Hekiveria dennevi furtamanun kuravunu examination ga report taka efada huriha malumat Simon Atkinson nang erun kama evaktu Maldives Police Service e muamalat ka harakatere nuakama.
Hekiveria jawaje forataba hedunu examination report ta Simon Atkinson e hawal kurevuni. Ekam dawlatun me masala ga kure swataka jawab devam vidal wejje Maldives Police Service ge farata kaves mi ofihun baitaka te hawal kurika mi coachitto mi Maldives Police Service ke officer ka ofihun hawal kurega molani.
Witness, you have stated that you have submitted some reports to Simon Atkinson as well. Can you confirm what reports were given to Maldives Police Service? Was it reports of the original examination or?
The Maldives Police Service were given an exact copy of what I provided to Simon Atkinson, with the addition of the dumps as well. Simon did not get the original forensic dumps, but the Maldives Police Service did.
Hekiveria dennevi Maldives Police Service husharuni Simon Atkinson naves husharunu report kama Simon Atkinson de fanua dumps the Maldives Police Service hawal kure fawan kama.
Hekiveria mi phone ta test kuran nonia mi data extract kuran hawal kuri Simon Atkinson kya fara dekkama. Then Simon Atkinson kya fara ta kun hawal kuri phone take ek data negmo fahuga etakati e farata anu behe bulin ehem farate Maldives Police Service denjige mon ki begento.
Witness, the devices were given to you by Simon Atkinson. Why did you find yourself in a position to give reports related to those devices to Maldives Police Service?
Because it was a legal requirement, because it was a legal request from a police authority for that information, historic information. At the time of our examination, we did not know of Maldives police involvement, and Mr. Atkinson was acting effectively like a lawyer would do, where a lawyer would submit to us, we would do the work, and then we would submit back to the lawyer, and the lawyer would then deal with the police or the courts. So we treated him in the same way.
Hekiveria dennevi report the Maldives Police Service husharuni requested kurevuma guligen kama Simon Atkinson ge faratun phone ta libunuiru muamala kuri amukoves lawyerunge kiban devices ta libe gota a lawyerun then ಫುಲುಹುನ ಮುಆಮಲಾ ಕುರಾ ಉಸೂಲ್ಗೆ ಮತಿನ್ ಬಲಾಫಕಮ ಎವಗುತಕು ಎಬೆಫುನು ನುದನ್ನವ ಎ ಮಾಲ್ಡೀವ್ಸ್ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ ಮಿಕಮ ಶೌಗುವೆರಿವಾಕಮ
we gave a witness statement above by Ankofa. I confirm that to the best of my knowledge and belief I have acted in accordance with the Code of Conduct issue 4 published by the Forensic Science Regulator in all aspects that relate to my personal conduct. Me ekiveriya paako panu to me kon code ge waga to me ekiveri amalu kuraban lazim code to me.
In reference to your witness statement, it says that you have acted in accordance with the Code of Conduct, the Code's Issue 4, published by the Forensic Science Regulator. Are you legally bound to follow this code anyhow?
At the moment, the UK is not legally bound to follow them. They are guidelines that all forensic practitioners adhere to.
Very identity forensic practitioners masike kurumga follow kurumwa gawada kamang accord takaki
सवाल की ekiveriya amalu kuraban lazim vachetto hai.
The question is, do you have to abide by these codes in working within your profession?
We do not have to on a legal basis, but we do because it is best practice for the industry.
Hekiveri identity ganuni gotung accord takai gotum masike kuran lazim no kama namaves a industry ge best practice kama wati e ay gotum masike kurawa kama.
ekiveriya den paaka kurbi me negunu image ta ekiveriya go fi hun Maldives police service ke parata ka hawala kurunu kama me den adi paaka kurbi me puluhunga requesting ama kama paako to request kurbi adi kon irako request kurbi leun tan hoda kon tanako to request kuri.
Can you please tell us who from the Maldives Police Service requested the reports from you at what time? Those details?
It was late on last year, I believe, and I believe it was Hussein Lira who requested.
Hekiveriya deneve request a media haruge fahukolu lirar kia faratege ki bankama.
ekiveriya vidalwani ti vidalwani ekiveriya me phone tawge me data collect ko masake korawan die iruga ekiveriya kan denge Maldives police service ke involvement me kama ule kame tennes pahun ti vidalwani foduhun request korevi ekiveriya e tayar korawan dia report tawge copy hoda me ekiveriya me masake korawan die iruga ekiveriya masake kora kan Maldives police service anguni kihine to ekiveriya malumat Maldives police service devvi to.
Witness, you have stated that you were unaware of any interest Maldives Police Service might have in these devices when you first started working on them. The question is, how did they come to know that you were working on extracting data from these devices? Did you tell them yourself? One moment.
شكرا استري غازي هيك دولة نوت فودهم جدارة كمان قولي معلومات لبون كوتكي هيك بريا كمان مده هيك بس دبين كمان واحد هيك بريا هو شغله في دايركت هيك منكم كانواتي دولة سؤال اعتراض كرم
داوالي بفراتم هيك توداوني
Stefan around kuri سؤال ki معلومات لبوني هيك بريا معلومات فلونا ده بي متو ايه هم كم هيك بريا جواب دين سؤال كمان ده
أذكر يكندو.
Witness, did the Maldives Police Service come to know about these devices from you?
No, they contacted me and said that they believed Mr. Atkinson had submitted devices to us and that they requested a copy of the data provided to him.
Hekiveria Denevi Divehi Fuluhun Kama Hekiveria reach out Kuri a Simon Atkinson Devono report Takuge copying Hoduma.
phone to hekiveria lebuma mi phone to kung image neguma detere gana ka kiha duhe beto kan deto.
Adi Faru were madum even.
Mi hekiveria phone to lebuma mi phone to image to neguma detere kiha duhe beto kan deto.
How much time elapsed between you having received the devices and you having extracted images from the devices?
Sorry, can you repeat that, please? I didn't hear that.
How much time elapsed between you having received the devices and you having extracted images from those devices?
You mean by completed examination of those devices? Or
I think the question is just asking about extracting images.
accepting images?
سؤال يجين وين السؤال ده
One moment. Adi Farsual Danwal.
Gabur nukuru ya saaf no swal ka weno hekiveria nge swal saaf no ati ka bidal ta no swal dukala ben swal kura. Mi hekiveria mi pahaga bukurwa image take nenge kama. Adi image to nanga wa mi uluhung edigen ge copying hawal kuri kama. Mi image to negi duhum fesigen gana ka kiha duhe pahun to mi uluhunna mitakati hawal kuri.
Okay, the question has been changed. When following your extraction of the images, how much time elapsed between that and when you gave information to Maldives Police Service?
That would be 6 years because it was 2015 when they were submitted and then the request was made by Maldives in 2021.
Hekiveria Denevi images extract Kurevunuta ha aharu fahunkama Maldives Police Service ke faratung dehas ekavis wanaharu ea behegotu malumat denuma request libuni. Where were these images stored for the duration of the 6 years?
They were stored within a fireproof and locked safe within our premises. Our premises reside in a building that has 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days of the year security on site. Access to our lab is via a corridor that has a keypad lock on it, and our lab is locked when it's out of hours. So the safe that contains the encrypted data is within our lab.
Hekiveria Denevi images encrypted data ge gotuga bandukure fuhuri fireproof safe terega kama ebefulu maseke kurava building ki service gadiru aharuge huriha duhaku on-site security maseke kura building kama adi laboratory himene sarhadaki keypad lock kurefa adi mihu nule wagutu bandu kurefa honna tanekama.
Hekiveria mi edalojje mi hekiveria lebunu phone ta lebumu Simon Atkinson kya farat mi gata lebunu phone ta ke lebumu data ta ke collect koffa Simon Atkinson na hawal kuri then e masakke hawal kuri faratun e hawal kuri masakke ko nimu fahuga hama e farata e masakke hawal kurma fahuga ek report tan hekiveria atu ga hundan jehuni ki beganto.
After the extraction was complete, you submitted the reports to Simon Atkinson, who is the one who gave you the devices. The question is, how do you how do you still find yourself in possession of the reports after the work has been completed and submitted to Simon?
It's normal practice for us to keep certain case data for at least 10 years. So that is normal practice for us.
Hekiveriya denevi masekatuga amu practice kama by kestaka gule data madagin diha haru ande stock of behetunge.
Hekiveriya atuga ehuri data ki kaakuge data eto hekiveriya ge chitto nuniyam Simon Atkinson ge chitto.
Is the data in relation to the case that you had with you, is it yours or would it be Simon Atkinson's because they were the ones who submitted the devices to you?
The data would belong, the data from the phones would belong to Simon Atkinson, but we would act as a data controller for that. And would also keep a copy of that for data protection purposes.
Hekiveriya denevi data ge verifarata vani Simon Atkinson na kama namaves ebe fulung ege copy bava vani kama masekatuge goto.
Hekiveriya den kuri paa kuru vafemi awun kuri paa kuri code ge waha idalwi men amal koran lazim achen nune hekiveriya best practice awati e code ge waha de foti ei men defa the code of conduct issue 4 published by the forensic science regulator and dewa monadi mega e hekiveriya amal koran lazim achen nune best practice wi ma ewa de foti mi hekiveriya amal koran lazim e best code ge waha de achen owe to mi fada masakke kurumala.
Witness, you have stated that it is best practice in your line of work to act in accordance with the code's issue 4 as published by the forensic science regulator. The question is, are you legally bound to follow any like regulations or codes within your profession?
We are legally bound by things like data protection and GDPR, but not the forensic science regulators' codes of practice at the moment.
Would you please repeat the answer for me? Apologies.
Yeah. We are legally bound by data protection law and GDPR procedures, but we are not bound by the forensic science regulators' codes of practice and conduct at the moment.
Hekiveriya denevi mivagutu forensic science regulator ge practicing code ekotang amal kurang ebe fura kanuni gotu lazim nuakama namaves data protection lawyer GDPR procedures ekota masike kurang kanuni gotung ebe fura lazim kama.
Hekiveriya vidalwi ba data protection usudaka amal koran lazim kama te vidalwi faanun to mi Simon Atkinson hawal kuri masakkatakun hekiveriya tayar kuri report take hekiveriya e te parata ka hissa kurun ai kuriven kamatto hekiveriya
Marco Rawatin, kuregen do.
Shukriya Esther. Kazi dautum hekiveriya hushal sabun daira emberum hersul kurum date kamat dautum yuti razkuram hekiveriya ki e kankama gule gotun ganani gotun kankama gule gotun jawab den farat kumnu deke e kureven kamenu kum gon hekka be gotun wahak da kamar halaga difaa kankama gule wahak da ken kum dautum deke shukriya Esther Kazi
Dawali be farat ki gata dawali.
shukriya Esther fandiaru hekiveriya hushal sababu mbit awun me kuri swal berwan me bes kotende hushal sababu ga nimbalu me undani evidence take nammor jasawa etaketi ge sahakan kashawar kurma te sahakan kashawar kurma ki isri fanar wara fula maane egen negidane bahi ei misalaka echen hodan jehe gaanu nenu berun echen hodum kise sahakan gelle kame ema sahakama gule swal ngado me kurani isri fandiaru එම එයි කබුල් කුරවෙන විතරසිකවක ඔනු දෙකෙන් කුරවෙන සුවාලෙන් එයි එතකෙත හෝදාපවා ගොතුක සහකමාමදු සුවාල් කරබන්ද
evidence ka hakama gule gotun wata evidence li gotuka me duga mi difa'um vese sual karabani ma itiras mi shaitum badanu kan kuriya gendwa sual akara golda
අවුන්ට ඒරු කුරි සුවාලකි හැකිවරයා විදාළ වෙච්ජේ මේ ඩේටා ප්‍රොටෙක්ෂන්ගේ ගවාතක හැකිවරයා අමල කරන්න ආසිමුකම අද එහෙන් නම විශ්වවිද්‍යාල දාන්නක නේ කොන් එච්චකම කොමේකස් මේ හැකිවරයා අමල කරම ලාසිම කන්ත දෙකෙන් හුරි ඉරුගා හැකිවරයා සයිමන් එට්කින්සන් කියා මියකු හවාල් කුරි මසක්කතකුන් එමසක කොගෙන් හැකිවරයා තයාර කුරි රිපෝට් එක රිපෝට් වෙරිෆරාත කීවස් ඩේටා වෙරිෆරාත කී සයිමන් එට්කින්සන් කම විදාළ වෙච්ජේ එහෙන්කම වීරුගා ඒකේ වෙරිෆරාතුක බහින් නැති හැකිවරියන් එතකෙත එහෙන් පරාතක දෙවෙනි තෝ තිවිදාලවා ගවාතක දශෝ
With regards to the data protection law and other procedures that you are bound by, are you in a position to share the reports that were generated from work given to you by Simon Atkinson? Can you share those reports with other people or other parties?
No, we are not allowed to do that at all. The only exception is with if the UK police force ask for a copy of it for legal reasons, but we are not allowed to give that to anybody else.
Hekiveriya dennevi efuda halategga UK police force not ingiresi datuge fuluhun dannawa afinama report takuge copies ta share korevenkama ehem farata kanu korevenkama
tur suale beto
හැකිවරයා ඉෆාග කුරවි දවලතන් කුරි සුවාතහ කම්මි device clock gwa ingeto හැකිවරයා අෆා කොද්දි ෆන්තෝ මී මසලා ගමි image negunu phone ta awda ragali hama komme phone wakin ekota denne viyam me phone ta hoge phone ta polu iruga e phone ta gadiye ki ko bag nakere danawa gento
individually for all three devices that were given to you for examination. Can you tell us what time was on the devices when you opened them?
I don't have that information with me today.
Hekiveriya dennevi miyadu e malumatu erwe gotaka nekkama
හැකිවරයා තයාර කුරවා ෆව ඩොකියුමන්ට් එක උනගත හැකිවරයා තයාර කුරවි මේ විට්නස් ස්ටේට්මන්ට් එක අවන numberuga eboy bayan koffa however my organization is not yet compliant with the required standard for the digital forensic examination of mobile phones sim cards and memory cards
folio number vidal de batnge nati gen
eyama thing folio go sama divisa 2 divisa 3 divisa atarega hawa number go bayan koffa baake ಅನ್ನೋದು ತಕರಾರು ಕೊಲ್ಲಾಣ ಹೆಕಿವರಿಯ ತಯಾರು ಕರುವ तीन डॉक्यूमेंट फोलियो नंबर दूसरा दे दूसरा चीने का दूसरा हाथरे हावन नंबर होगा इबो वे फाहा करोगा however my organization is not yet compliant with the required standard for the digital forensic examination of mobile phones sim cards and memory cards ಹೆಕಿವರಿಯ confirm ಕೊದ್ದಿ ಫಾಣಂತೋ mi TV bayan ko fawake kam
Witness, with regard to your declaration in the statement on point 6, it says that, however, my organization is not yet compliant with the required standard ISO codes for the digital forensic examination of mobile phones, SIM cards, and memory cards. Can you please tell us why you felt compelled to mention this in your statement?
Our organisation is accredited to ISO 17025 and has a quality management system which is accredited to that standard. However, an additional part of the standard which can be used is to include the forensic science codes with that accreditation. We, at the time, did not have that accreditation with the codes, but we had it without the codes. But it was a requirement of our accreditation that we produce that on all our statements and make that clear.
Hekiveria edenevi edanava code of conduct ane mi organization note maseke kurava tanung required matkalche Hekiveria edenevi ebefulu maseke kurava tanuga in a quality management system ki ISO accredited system ekama namaves e wagutu ebefulunge organization ki mi I standard compliant organization nunkama.
Fahaga kurvani team phone akon libun team phone akon
دفاع وكيل مركلات كل كندا
شكرا استرجع سداوتا فرصة كميدوني ترجمة كورونغا دولت قبول كروني هكيريا بدالوي ISO accredited نامس ISO ಗೆ 17025 ಗೆ وكي كود تكن نباه كم أي مولين accreditation نباه كنو كم ترجمة كورونغا ورم كم قبول كروني
ترجمة مي ترى يمكن كل منكم سؤال كله.
Can you please repeat your most recent answer regarding the accreditation?
Yes, the company is accredited to ISO 17025 for its quality management system, but this does not currently include the codes. The codes is the code of conduct for forensic practice. To mitigate this, the company works to the codes, but just has not been accredited by the accreditation body UCAS for those codes. So, sorry.
Hekiveria edeneve ebefula maseke kurava tanaki quality management system credit wefa ina tanekama namaves ane waki code takakan credit nuakama namaves organization maseke kurani mi codes taka vihaves egotakama fahaga kure.
Pregando.
Hekiveria fahaga kurva femi hekiveria mi phone togi image neguma fahoga ege hash value generate kuri kamadi image neguma fahoga image data ang epis mi epis badale genes se kama gandi number hash value badale wan kama e madi egota badale genes fan wa kama faha kuruga hekiveria endo se vidaluwe hekiveria mi phone ta lebuni Simon Atkinson kiya mi ngaton kama aslu veri parata kaw kama nege kama faha kuruga mi phone ga astu veri paratu ge atun mi Simon Atkinson na mi phone eruma deterega ebbes mi ko mi phone ebbes badale data badale genes ifada kamek ko fawa karno to nukon hekivira danna wangena to
ترجمة. Pregando.
The question is, you have mentioned that hash values were generated for images and so forth during the extraction. Would it be possible for the witness to state whether anything had been altered or tampered in between Simon Atkinson having received the devices from the original owners?
According to my extraction, the data I extracted, I did not see any evidence of data manipulation.
Hekiveriya denevi data manipulate koffa nota badal koffa wakamuge evves alamate nufenun kama extraction getere.
पूरी सवाल का है कि दे भी जवाब तर्जुमा करूंगा मसले उले का मानूंगा बोल करबे ते बावड़े कम चले तो पा को लंबे न दी इत्र जागी को लंबे नो ए हेकिवरिया दे में ए कुरिन पूरे सवाल जवाब दो पा विदाले को मानूंगा पा करबे ने हेकिवरिया मसके कुरवा तनु ISO standard approve if and walk my ton for a masaketa forensic masaketa standard approve and walk my cura without come on a part for when Hekiveria Kiban Ekong Itro again for
mi haro yagin kolambeno suwale hikwato
I don't know Kuring Puri Swala Kakura de Javabing Hekuria without Hekuria Masakura Tanuge Masake quality control Masake ISO standard Fetekama and Namavis Denguri Kankang standard no Fetekama without Ekang on Kashar Korambeno.
The question is to clarify. Earlier, the witness mentioned that at the organization where you work, the quality management system is accredited to the ISO, but other practices do not follow the code. Just wanted to clarify if that was correct.
Yes, the quality management system is compliant with ISO 17025, but the aspect that relates to the codes of conduct, although we were working to the codes of conduct and complying with them, we had not been assessed and accredited to those codes. So we worked to them and we adhered to them, but we just did not have the accreditation from UCAS, that's UKAS, who are the ones that provide accreditation in the UK.
Jawab ka Hekiveriya denevi kumfunige quality management system ki ISO 17025 ke dashung accredit kureifawa system ekama namaves ebefulunge masike codes of conduct vihaves egota kuriya gendi kamuga vias UCAS in SS kong accredit nuko in organization ekama.
Fahuda Tiswa Kulana. Equaria phone to data Nenge Viruga. Ebbes phone ebbes text message conversation no thing ebbes composition Nagifaveto.
Witness, during extracting data from the 3 iPhone devices given to you, did you extract any messages or conversations?
So was that, did I accept, did you say?
Extract. Were you able to recover?
Yes, I believe I extracted from at least one device, I extracted conversations.
Hekiveriya denevi madueken ed device text message medveriko kurefuri muamalata recover kurevi libigan fawakama.
Egg device of Minagun text message Tauga Terega. Best conversation nega. Wow, Ara Kia Rashe Kuya Dirma Gule, best Mamalatiga, Ebbes Parataka de Kuveto.
ademando koraba kuriya gendo
شكرا استاذ قاعد اوتين اعتراض مكوري هيكوري وشل دايرم بيرو سوالكم غواتي هيكوري هو شرف ما سبكي هيكوري كي داتا اكستراكت كوري فراكم غواتي هيكوري كي داتا انالايز كو باقي مساله خاغولي هيكي هوري تونو تنتو بالا فرات كنواتي سوال هيكوري كوري سوالكم دوت كون دكن
دعوتك اعتراض قبول كرم اعتراض سوالته كوري جندو
هذا استيفان مي مسألة أمي بنا كولين سوال كم قبل كورن هنا نمو استيفان إتراز قبل كورن بيتي أونو إتروكا مي كورا كوران سوال نسكوري
Bidar de vadeng itra mi furta roni dawali be Yusuf naim farapun mi cross exam kurum gotun swala te kure gen nakam ekveri
Witness, the opportunity will now be given to lawyers of defendant Yusuf Naim to cross-examine you regarding your statement.
ad kure gen do
Press Fanda ki Yusuf Naim के वकील के हैसियत दूं हमजा लतीफ हेकवेरिया आउन प्रथम सवाल की हेकवेरिया डिफाइन दे विटनेस स्टेटमेंट अप्पुलगति होय इदेती के वेस प्रथम गंडुगा रोमन न्यूमरल हायक इंगेतो रोमन न्यूमरल हायक एबदे यागिन कमे हेकवेरिया खोरी होरिहा कमेग्गा आप परदी गतुं हेकवेरिया अमल को फवाने कमा forensic science regulator ge code of conduct issue hatarak mi yagin kam ki hekveriya kaakadde yagin kametto
In your declaration, point 6, you assure that to the best of your knowledge and belief, you have acted in accordance with the Code of Conduct, Codes Issue 4. Who are you presenting this assurance to?
Ordinarily, it would be the UK courts because that's who we are ultimately responsible to. So in this case, it would be the Maldives court by Simon Atkinson.
Muhalate ke ingresu ke kanun court tak in mada kama declaration ga mihalatu ga e diveh rajya ke court tak ngebe fula arwa yagin kama
hekveriya iverajje court takan ehme marwa yagin kamaki hama saaf kollu mattaka hekveriya mi hushelifa mi oi masekke mi masekke kuriru emasekkotuge huriha kamiggaves in all aspects mi huriha kamiggaves UK ge forensic science regulator ge code of conduct issue hataraka amal ko fawane kamakka mikan yagin koldeba yes or no I cannot know it.
Can you please confirm with a yes or a no that you have indeed acted in accordance with the Code of Conduct, the Codes Issue 4, as per the UK Forensic Science Regulators in all aspects of the work given to you with regards to these 3 devices?
Yes, that is normal practice for us.
Kiveria denevi anche e amusulege gotung ebe formaseke korava goekama.
hekveriya tidevi jawaba kuligen hekveriya appulugati oi hataru liun ti hataru liun ti ko e ti hawala de code of conduct buna gotun kama wanama ingresilatu ge kotaka mibawatu ge hekibahe khabire ge faratun mobile forensic evidence a guligen hekibas dinumattaka pudewaruge hamakuru metto heki hamakuru man onna zimmaya ekkota hamakuru jehe emmeha liyakiyun taketto appulugati
With reference to your statement, if you were submitting similar statements to a UK court in regards to your expert work as a forensic data recovery, is this a complete document? Is everything that is supposed to be here mentioned as if you were submitting it to a foreign court, in the UK court?
Is it different me ama tarjaman ehi teri umuge gotun mi yani swal kurumuge amaz saaf kodun mattakawun ingres bahun bas dannawala nalonge swalaki ingres vidatuge kotakan expert testimony de halatuga disclosure ge gotun hama kuranche he emmeha likiyubettoye appuluga hatar tiwen hataru liumaki nuni ituru liyumtake ingress late kotaka hoshalan jehenato e halatuka expert witness ekotuga expert testimony de halatu
Adikurekendo.
Apologies. In the event that you are giving expert testimony to a UK court, all the documents in this statement, the one that you have now, is it a sufficient disclosure that abides by Code 4 of the Forensic Science Regulator?
Yes, the documents that I have sight of today and that I produced would be acceptable for a UK court.
Kiveria denevi anche mi ingressi dato che court kavves submit kurma ekeshene document ekama.
ekveriya hemja without the fan to code of conduct ka buna validation report a validation library ya ekochetto.
Can you please clarify for us what a validation report and validation library is as mentioned in the Code of Conduct?
I don't have a copy of the Code of Conduct with me, so I can't give you these specific sections. However, I am happy to give a brief overview of what those are, if that would be helpful.
Miwagutu Code of Conduct apuluganne tumge sababun tafsil aruan datikama namaves kurugotuka dannawal devidanakama ti sual kurava de madabhegotu.
Shukriya adi aundu ham kurugotaka ves danwal devafia warakolo ekveriya ge ilmuge terrain e konde chitto.
To the best of your knowledge, the validation library, sorry, Adifar Danawal Devdanta.
Validation report at the validation library.
To the best of your knowledge, can you please explain to us what a validation report and validation library is? Thank you.
Yes. Validation is basically the testing and assurance that a particular method or process is going to give robust and predictable and expected results. As part of our ISO 17025 accreditation, we were required to validate all the processes that we use to extract data from mobile phones, memory cards and SIM cards. This is listed on the UCAS website under our accreditation schedule. A validation library is a library of software and also test hardware that we can use to test our processes in order to ensure their continuing robustness. A validation report is a report following validation testing of a method or process. In this case, that would look like us running a test phone through our processes. The test phone would have known data that we had put on the phone. We would run it through our process, and then we would check all the data on the phone for completeness and accuracy. And we would also check as to whether our process changed data on the phone and therefore affected the forensic aspect of the device.
Hekiveria edenevi validation ge gotung ebefulung device taku data extract kurang amal kurava huriha processes ta check kurumang hedifayna software kama validation library aki validation report medueriko processes follow kureifato kashavaru kurakamang adi test device extract kurma fahu validation na gotang hingafa toves ebefulunge processes ekashigenwa processes to balakama.
Validation report and nota if the reporting other nujehaltik validation library hamakurumaki ingress blatuk shariategga mibatuk hekibahe deru lazim kametto code of conduct punagotu.
Adi far soal danne danto.
Aun dannevi a validation report nota a report tayar kura nujehaltegga validation library ya library hama kurumaki mi ekiveriya vidalwe code of conduct ge dashun shariyate ge heki bas mibawtu ge heki bas deru lazim kametto notan munto
In an instance where you do not have to prepare a validation report, would disclosing the validation library at a hearing such as this?
As per the code of conduct, in the event of giving expert testimony in an English court of law, are you required to disclose the validation report or, if not necessary, the validation library to the opposing party?
mi dihe baham kuriya genda wane geto mi tarjama kottena
maaf karo tisde panawadu tarjamana ehi terikame gotun hama dannawa
adi kuriya genda tarjama
Kurava adi FR takale lasla hun dannawal deve fia fasewan.
maaf karo bat awun mi dannawa ke ki ingreswate kotegga khabire ge haysiyatu mibawt ge ki bas ada kurairu code of conduct buna gotun validation report nuwata if the report tayyar nukura halategga validation library hama kurumaki lazim kametto nuwata nunto
The question being presented is in a court in the UK, if you are to give expert testimony, the code of conduct states that if you are not preparing a validation report, would you still be required to submit a validation library as part of your expert testimony?
adiwes ennu ngeta on suwal mihal ebba me halataki ingres datu kotegga mibawtu ge ki bas dinu halataki e halatuga mi hama kurumuge zimma disclosure ge duty abbalairu kabiruk heki bas deiru lazim kametto validation report nuwata validation library hama kurumaki
dawatan kuriya genda
شكرا استرغازي دولت के फरात हम युतिराजे हुशाला देमी जिनेजरत कान के सते का साली सेवन मद्दा के दशम नादी सते का फसल मद्दा के दशम फुर्तम कम का मी के रेलेवेंसी दौलत का साफेनु दिवे राज्य के कोटेग हेकि बस्तेरुगा अमल कुरंजे हेकोतेग वाहके नु मे देखेवनी कि देवन कम का हेकि वेरियावेस विदाळु एचे विदाळु रूल्स की फॉलो करू लाजिम एचे नु कम बसे मीमा दौलत के फरात में सवाल युतिराज को रखता
adi kuriya genda difam
shukriya istifana itrasa kolige anu tin kame faak kollana dawlata swarangale goda unnani dive rajyega ehekadok hekka behega anone faasege mei ega amal korinje usultaka amal koram lazim miwani adi hamas fahu ege absence kanoni hekka behe furiham ganone dive rajyega netative nuastek hadya hanambar nuastek hadya haigge service number ganone ki fudechka nuative dive rajyega mati marala kottakun annani hekka behe ijraataka hekka behe usulta kandalamu egotum aun fahak kollan Divaraji Supreme Court nimma fa tollat masalaga Kennedy and Cordia Gazia in hawala devwa ve Kennedy and Cordia Gazia ki Scottish law ingeto isitter pandiya Scottish law en hawala devwa ve Scottish law ka bayan ko fa usul tak ki khabira ko heki bas der amal kuranje usul tak ma kandala fa ve ehmi ma divrajye ga amal kuranje he ganuna bura boda adl insaf qaim kurumattaka divaraje court takus balagan fa usul takan amal kurun kama on gabukrani muhimmi adi mi farataki ingres vilatuge ganun taka eggota report tayyar kuri kama liumegga igrar we fa faratikam wat isder pandiya aun samal kama genna me faratuge igraruge emme mati baga criminal justice act nastek fastors hatege nuwa number section na eggotan adi ingres vilatuge criminal procedure rules dehas fanarage 16 number adi nawa number eggota tayyar koffa bai bayanekkama fahak koffove ehmi mihalatu kaun dekeni efaratun ingres vilatuga amal kura usultaka eggota mi tayyar kofwa hek mi report etto nota nonto kashor kurma kiyawne kuranje hen kame relevancy ki izitir fandiyar mi usheli fam report ei furiham echchitto anuwata nonto saaf kurun adi efaratun amal kurikam abbuna mingadataka balaero furiham echchitto anuwata nonto saaf kurun den dawtun vidalwi oluwalume hekiveriya war saaf ko vidalwejje timanna kotaka divirajyege kota yaginkan deme Mr. Fandiar witness statement ke hanambar ballava timanna divihirajyege kota yaginkan deme timanna mimassakettuga waane forensic science regulator ge code of conduct amal koffa issue hataraka ihalatuga enaya eya amal kurun ki lazim kame ena amilleya balagati e usul amal kuruma adi ena yaginkan midani algon menge divihirajyege kotaka e usulage mena amal kurika eyaginkan de halatigga igurarwa halatka igurara eggota amal kurikan kashwar kun gi sound kureben jehna kame around is there fund around eden is kurevi utras badano kana aul mena mi sual kurum fursat debba
mi dawtum fursat to eduranabi kuriyagendo
adi shukriya istri gazi difaa kildeke waqtaka golgen dawtke hama yutiraza ituru kolambenu izatri gazi difaa mi vidalwani mi hekiveriya sual kureven jehni ingires vilatuga mi sual kure expert ka sual kure standard ki tashunote standard she alume sual kure mi jehni mi shariyat ka izatri gazi dawtum kure suataka mi hekiveriya jawab debba mun hekiveriya ge workload no da notes ka rifa kurevim hama difaa wakil ekama yutiras kurevi ingires vilatuga normal procedure adi amal kurumunda goy adi dawlat ke faratun hagigatuga mi yutiras husheli vesateka sali sabbar modda ge dashun dawlatun sual kore mi scope ke beru sual kuravat shukriya sirgas
mi dawtum kuravva sualaka dawali be faratun itiraz kuravva halatuga shariatun goten niyum kuriga mi majlis tahuga am ammako itura ham defaratuge bahe ahafa goten nimmani ema tividaluwa liuntaka gule gotum wes kurevi itiraza gulegem dawatas fursat eruvim ekama gule gotum shaita polum filwaduna no shariatun ga dawatun ege stand ke kobakam hama kuruma e fursatuga beera nukuravva mi hisab wanannewima e vidalumakun ege natijay nunikunnan enames demmega difai wakil e vidaluma bala iruga mi hekiveriya ki mi ingres vyatuga hunnevi adi mi report ki wes ingres vyatuga le post gon tayyar koffa report adi ega mi court mi rajya court takan e faratun di foi mi yagin kamen e boy e yagin kama gulegotun sual karaw me gendawani divi rajya qanunata balagane fawani miniwan dimkradi mujtamata huga kan hinga goy adi best practice ema egetereng sual shaitun kabul karata kureven itiras palanu kanna kuriyagendo
shukriya is the fund around mi tarjamana baratila kon around dannawada around sualaki mi ingres vilatuga mi non saaf ko dannawanama mi hekiveriya amal kurikama buna code buna gotun kama banama appuluga ewe liyontok iturum validation report and nuwata validation library shariyatan hama kurumaki lazim kametto nuwata nonto
Witness, as per the code of conduct which you have assured that you have followed in your declaration, as per the code, aside from the documents in your hand, would you be required to submit a validation report or validation library if you were to give similar expert testimony in a UK court of law?
I would not be required to submit them in a UK court of law, and the reason for that is because the validation library, the validation testing, the validation report is included within our accreditation of the quality management system. So even though we are not accredited to the codes, we are accredited to the validation aspect of them. So our processes, the way that we examine mobile phones and SIM cards and memory cards using UFED and XRY are fully validated and are fully accredited to ISO 17025. Because of that accreditation, we are not required to submit validation reports or libraries or any other validation documentation under normal circumstances.
Hekiveria Darnawa Gotuga Ingres Vidatuga Kortaka Mifada expert testimony there for the Halatigavis validation library testing at the report a Hushalan Lazim Nuane Chiskama Sababaki Ebefula Masiki Kurava organization ge quality management system ki validation a credit Kurefawa Tanekama ISO 17025 ge Dashung Migeterege Ebefulu mobile phone taka efade hen devices takung extract kuram benum kura UFED at the XRY tools taka kivas ISO 17025 ge dashung ebefulunge quality management system ge accreditation ge teren kavawachis kamawati
ಶುಕ್ರ ಹೆಕಿವರಿಯ ಅದಿ ಕೋಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗುಳ ತಾನು ಸವಾಲ್ ಕೊಲ್ಲಂ ಬೇಣು ಹೆಕಿವರಿಯಾಗೆ ಫರಾತು ಮೀ ಕೋಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ಅಮಲ್ ಕುರವಾಣ ಕಮ್ಗೆ ಇಗ್ರಾರ್ ದೆವ್ವಾಫ ವಾತೀವೆ ಕೋಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ಬುಣಾಗುತುಂ ವೆಜ್ಜಿಯ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ ಗೆ ಮಾಲೂಮಾತ್ ಹಿಮ್ಮನ ಫರಾತಕ ಹಾಮ ಕುರಣ್ಯ ನೂನಿ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ ಗೆ ಮಾಲೂಮಾತ್ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ ದೆವ್ವಿ ಎಕ್ಸಿಬಿಟ್ ಅಂಬುರಾ ದೆನ್ಯಾ ನೂನಿ ಏಗೆ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಕುರ ಎಕ್ಸಿಬಿಟ್ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ ನೂನಿ ಎಹಂ ಫರಾತಕ ದಿನುಮಟ್ಟಕ ಬಯಾನ್ ಕುರ ಎಬ್ಬಸುಮೆ ಒಣ್ಣಂಜೆಹೆ ei exhibit return adi disposal la behe ebbasume unnanje mibawtuke ebbasume mi masala kedifa wanito
with regards to giving information to a third party with relation to data you have extracted from devices, in this case, did you make any exhibit return or disposal agreements with the party that gave you the devices for extraction?
No, we did not. And under that, we work on the default position that if we do not have an agreement to dispose of the data, we retain the data for at least 10 years.
Hekiveria Denavi exhibit return at the disposal waki agreement veifanuakama mikeska adi mifada halateg ebefulunge amu practice eki not default position eki diha aharu ge muddataka extract kurave data retain ko store ko behetun kama
ihadatuga hekiveriya amal kora default position naki kobatomi ma exhibit ambura dinuma exhibitun generate kora exhibit ambura dinuma adi timmana farattaka hissa kurma begato amal kora gotaki kobato adi ei kihine kon usulakun anna gotetto
under the default position, how do you go about sharing details of the extraction with third parties?
They must request it and they must have a legal basis for us to being able to give it to them.
Extract kurave malumat hodawan wadanawa third party aki ganuni barudanege terenge malumat hodawa masake kura farate wanama share kura wahaka hekiveriya dennevi
hekiveriya kura on sawal kollam beno code of conduct forensic science regulator code of conduct issue 4 ge 26.4.1 Miga Babune, the forensic unit shall have an agreement with its customers for the return or disposal of exhibits and evidential material recovered from exhibits once the laboratory examination has been completed. Migota ovva Ekiveria mi bayankuri madda ya khilafa evidaluwa default position naki code ge kon hisabe ganna ichitto. Nuni code ge kon madda kunto mi bayan kuri madda khilafa amal kurma fursat libeni
the defendant's lawyer is referencing the code of conduct and the question is in the absence of agreement between yourself and the owners of the data with regards to exhibit return and disposal, in the absence of such an agreement, which section of the code of conduct describes the default position that you just described to us?
Yarmi sual kore viruga madda vidalefa sual kore via me kambe saf kolta
Imaddaga meonnani Southeast point 4.1 meonnani the forensic unit shall have an agreement with its customers for the return or disposal of exhibits and evidential material recovered from exhibits once the laboratory examination has been completed. Migota meonnani Southeast point 4.1.
Witness, the defendant's lawyer is referencing Article 24.4.1 of the Code of Conduct, as just read to you. The question is that where in the Code of Conduct is the default position that you have described to us mentioned with regards to a scenario where an agreement of exhibit return and disposal is absent between yourself and the owners of the data?
I don't have a copy of the code with me at the moment, so I'm unable to properly quote that. But it is the company's default position that if there is no agreement, that we will retain the data.
Hekiveria edenevi miwagutu Code of Conduct atuga netumum waking a reference kurang undaguwa kama namaves ebefula maseke kurawa kumfunige default position naki eves agreement hedifa nuwa halu extract kurave data maddagen dihaharuge muddataka retain kurun kama.
Ekiveria sual kolam beno mi hama mi khabirek ge haysiyatun ekiveria ilmuge tereg himene kama baative ekiveria iqraruga amal kurikama buna kodaka khilaf vejjekama baanama khilaf bikama faadu vejjekama baanama e iqrarak kinetto waani uni ko bato ege natija ki.
Could you please repeat the question for me?
Ekiveria khabirek ge haysiyatun hama kolla suwalem mi ekiveria iqrare befe bay waki gotaka amal kurikama e iqrara khilaf bikama penije halategga ko bato ege natija ki.
Gautam Kurikendo.
شكرا يا ستري قطعتهم يترس كران مهكي ويره وشر دائرة بيروه من سوالكم قاطع كم ونكمل دان نتيجة نفس قانوني نتيجة قولين هيك بستويني قانون دائرة بفلكم دعوتهم لكن يهكم أي هكي ويره وشر دائرة بيروه من سوالكم لكن
هذا مي Kurikendo يترس بلاغنا.
Code අනුගේ සුවාලකි කෝඩ් මිබුණාගතුන් කෝඩ් මිබුණා කස්ටමරකි මිවසෙක්කතුක කාකොතෝ පෙරඩේ ෆොරෙන්සික්ස් ගේ කස්ටමරකි අස්ලු කාකොතෝ.
With regards to the three devices, who was the customer for Faraday Forensics?
The customer was Mr. Simon Atkinson of Athena International.
Hekiveria denevi customer ke gotuga honevi Athena International ke Simon Atkinson kaba.
Athena Intelligence to not Athena International to.
Intelligence maaf kurawa argandang ivunge kushi.
Hekiveria yakura suwal. Athena Intelligence to Athena International to.
Athena Intelligence or Athena International?
Sorry, Athena Intelligence, my mistake.
Itur suwale kamaga wanama ni hisaban or kollafa bhatawa shariya ganda kam haru digulagem ingading harami digde mendi ema bay shariatu tibbe bay befum ekiyeki zarurat medwere famyagut mi wani ema kamattaka shariatum bagut kolme wajhe medu khanda kuda bagut koter shariya kuriya gendana mi hama mi medu khandali hisabam yaganda ka Fire commit. Assalamu alaikum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Sariya medkan dal dirga. Kuriya gendia Yusuf naim farapun ekiveriya sual karam ama sabam saritung kuriya gendan kuriya gendo.
शुक्रिया स्टेफन यार
Marka lawatin gata mi gulale fahuri majliha adu saaf kali beto manzara ko embassy gulale fahuri majliha adu beto manzara ko
هذا اللي بقيته
saaf ko ngada manzara libela badet
هذا
adu kuriya gendo Yusuf naim farapun.
शुक्रिया स्टेफन यार की यूसुफ नाइन के वकील के हैसियत में हमजा लतीफ और हेकरिया सवाल को लंग देंगे सवाल की हेकरिया अमल कुरिकम बुना UK forensic science regulator के codes of practice and conduct issue for me issue for शायु कुरवनी कौन तारीख तो
Witness, can you please state for us what date issue 4 of the Code of Conduct of the Forensic Science Regulator was published?
I don't have that information to hand, but I can look it up on my phone if you wish.
Ekiveriya vidalui miwagutu emalumat tannawan untagu kama namaves penu fulwa nama phone ballawala kashwarko denna vidan kama
शरीर इसने फिर देव फिर मालूम है दें कौन बल्ला फुर्सत फाही को दें हेकरिया
Dawatum ki kata bidalani.
شكرا ترغازي فرات public president شاما إذا ترغازي مي مسألة هكيريا كي حقيقة قانوني دائرة expert إنه فرتما كم كدوان كم كدولت के फरातुम हुशाला फा हेक्का का सुवा करे म्यूनिटी सते साल सेवन मादा का बयान करा कुछ दौलतुम सुवा करे दायरा का ए दायरा बेर सुवाले कम इस दौलतुम फा कोलन थीवना कम का मी हेकेरिया इतुर मटेरियल्स रिफरेंस देवा ते कम यूटिलाइज करे वी वे समा ए डिफाई वकील के फरातुम कम दौलत को नो देखें मिहार इतुर रिफरेंस मटेरियल तक हवाला देवा हेकेरिया हेके बस्ते बिदार को शुक्रिया स्त्रीगा
Mi daira beron kamati bidalani kom nukta katu.
شكرا استرغازي دولتون دنوي دولتون سوال كرمك تريك هكيريا يا ابسرك كوري سواتك نونه مي كود كوندكت के दायरा या नोट कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट के कम्युनिटी को वजूद विच कमा या गुड़ के हेक्वेरिया कोरिया मोता है कि को बैक एहम भी दावत को नो देखेंगे सवाल करे दान को शुक्रिया
Defy wakil.
शुक्रिया स्टेफन यार मी दाऊद की तरह से गुड़ के आउटनेस फाहक को लंग थी मी दाऊद तुम हेकरिया हुशाला फे दायरा के तेरे हेकरिया हेकी बस लियुन तक का मैं तो देवे लियुन तक सहाकमा बेगो तुम हेकी बस देने कमा विदालो फे बोवे लियुमुका सीधा सॉरी इबारातुम हवाला तीफवा एच्चे मी UK forensic science regulator के code of conduct issue हतरकी हैं वे issue हतरके शायद कुरवन तारीहा गुड़िगे आउट में कुरा सवाल की मिकमट्ट का उन्होंने देखें दायरा है बेर सवाल कमा ए हवाला देवा फबाती वे सीधा दियुमुग हम एडिंग इज नफुला सवाल कोरिया केंद्र
Dawatum hushala fa report uga awala deva foi ichiga kan unta bidalani.
شكرا استرغازي مي مسألة गुड़ के मी हेक्वेरिया तहकीक प्रोवाइड कर देवा फवा स्टेटमेंट गवाह कमी देखे वन इस तरीका आम उसूल को तहकीक विटनेसेस नो तमी हेक्वेरिन दे बयान तह कि ए अंगे बिस बुरदने हकीकत कदे एचे बिस्नु मी बुरदन देवे नीस हेक्वेरिया शरीयत को मजलिया हाजिर वे दक्का वाहकत का देवन कम का बयानों को हुन वाहकत का गुड़ के सुआ कुरम के फुर्सत नु दिफा दे फुर्सत के नो ते दायरा वर साफ गाणोनो इनकम
Shariatum kuri suala jawab de shariatum kuri suala ki hekiveriya tayyar ko report kamak bidalo fa dawatum fa deva fa report uga oi kamak gwa to mi difa bidalo ni.
شكرا استاذي مي ريبورتغا مي ايشو فوق واهك ابي انمسي التاريخ تكن كندو فاهكل شكرا
كيتا
مي ريبورتغا حوالا دوا كود اوف كوندكت کے واهك ابي انمسي publish kuri tarikh taka echi nekkandawtum fahakol shukran
ade dawatum wesse gabul kurawwa code of conduct waaka report ga ekkama ei hushalafwa mi report ga ekkame ga waaka ema maulo tereng nuata hushalafwa dara tereng eswada kuriya gendani itiras palenno karna kuriya gendawa
شكرا استاذ فندق هيك أعلن كسؤال كي من forensic science regulator के code of practice and conduct issue هتر شايع كره من تاريخ هونم إدوري كومس باللوافة من شريعة إيبة بفانته
witness
mi armi ei suga liunta wes balafa jawab dinama kuring itiras kurawwa foti ema ega mi hama fursaten onnam wane defarata wes itur sohate kuriya gendawa
شكرا استاذ فندق مي أعلن هم فاك كلن يدين مي code of practice and conduct كي आमुको इंग्लिश विलातु के कानूनी लियोंता शायु खुरा क्राउन कॉपीराइट on शायु को फवा कानूनी लियो मेक्का ehmi mi awda e tafatu beve e hekiveria appuluka gengulu vi notes ehmi ma awdu no dekin e treatment liben jehne chekama e ehmi account fa kolla ben
ade mi shariatun dawali be farata kon itiras kormo wani hama mi kurim wasuli liunta wes nagafa wani ehma miga hama defarata wes hama fursata ke devem wana ka shaytan dekeni ehma ego tamande kuriya gendawa
mi e natija ne kunna kama wanya awde swal ambura ken gossin awde hen kotaka e swal kolla eden mi hekiveria awde swal ki forensic science regulator के codes of practice and conduct issue हतरे के तारीख गतक अक्टोबर 2017 क्राउन कॉपीराइट 2017 जहाफ शायको फवे क्राउन कॉपीराइट एतो ए कोड ऑफ प्रैक्टिस एंड कंडक्ट शायको रवन तारीख की एकं कशवर को दिनमा क्राउन कॉपीराइट के फरात 2017 जसवाफ वानम एक नतीजा है कि इशू 4 शायको रवन तारीख की 2017 तो नोत नोन तो कशवर को
dawatan kuriya gendawa
شكرا استاذي استاذي دم حوالا دوا في دفاع وكيل code of conduct kama evidaluwali umegge me tarikh taka gadi website ka vesena me liunta kinota mi hawala devali um ke vesala taka mi shariyata ho shelfa wali um no ifaratun adi ifaratun mi hekiveri mi fada suata kuravam benu fuluna mai fursat sama o ekkan dawtun faha kola hingamu dawtun utiras kurun egota suwa ko shukran
difa ko kuriya genda dawatu ke itiras kabul koran itur sohate kuriya gendawa
awna ka sama mi السؤال أولا السؤال دو كلي إذا ما أقول السؤال قلت كيبي مي هكبرياء فراتون دبوا فوا witness statement का دبوا فوا إقرار के हवाला नंबर को पुना code of conduct issue for forensic science regulator एक पुने forensic science regulator के फरातून शायु कुरी check कमा issue for शायु कुरी तारीख आने इंगिलब वातो एवस में मरका
Witness, in your declaration, you have referenced Code of Conduct Issue 4 published by the Forensic Science Regulator. Do you know what date the issue was published?
I do not know.
Hekiveria vidalui nenge kama.
शुक्रिया मी देंगा उनके सवाल है कि अनोत के पे फोरेंसिक साइंस रेगुलेटर के फरातुम अक्टूबर 2017 के शाये को फॉर कोड ऑफ प्रैक्टिस एंड कंडक्ट इशू हतरे मी इशू हतरे की mi October 2017 ge liyumaki hekiveriya 4 December 2015 ga kuri tahlilag ga amal kurefan echet to nota nunto buddig hamata kunna adi hekiveriya amal kuri kantataka ballawa vidalu debuma
kuregen dawat
شكرا يا تريغاسي دوت فرصة كم يدون منكتا كي ميكون سيس تريغاسي غوتني ما فانكتا كم غواتي حوالا دبال اليوم كي شريته وشلفا اليوم منو هدي اليوم كي هيكيبريا بل فرصة ما غوتا اليوم كنواتي هيكيبريا سوال كوري دان كم نو دكه دين اهارتا غو ترتيبا كان كم كي ميتاتي بورها بفرنس انغين كان كم واتي كان كم غولين هيكا به كتوا واحد كاميرا لا واحد دكن كندو دكن شكرا يا تريغاسي
دفاع وكيل kuregen dawat
shukriya Pandeyar government adivesa maseke mikurni establish kuran hekiveriya ge foshun evesale government ituru liumen hekiveriya bala gannan majbur kurwani kivesno hekiveriya ge foshun establish kuran maseke mikurani dawlatun amilla fola hushalu waege sahakan sabit kuran ediwada gannawa liumek kamawwa mi witness statement takuga hekiveriya hawala devwa fawa code of conduct issue 4 hekiveriya babune ei shayu kurefwa ichke adi shayu kurevvi forensic science regulator ehinkama baana me shayu kurevun tarihu safwan jena kamawne dekeni ehenunam hekiveriya sida mitanga hawala devwani kon adadaka kame safege nudanakama deketi waunme ekan saf kuram aseke mekurni hekiveriya fushun miswal nukurekama waanama dawlatun evidaluwani dawlatun amilla fula husheri ekkegge sahakan difauka kashawara nukurevene dawlatun kashawar kuram edevedannawa dairaage tereng ekanye ekan kashawar kureveni nama saun dekegotuga mibawtige liuntakki ege sahakan dawlatun waki dairaage terega khandalu wafa sahakan kashawar kureveni mihenne ehenne ehem vidalu wefa e daira limit kurawwa fushalwa for hekkennu mi nawan dekegotuga sahakan kashawar kurmattaka kora kommes wala bes awal men e daira ge teren kureveni ti ekamuge isne kayte
difaa wakilti sual kurawani mi hushafawa liyumuga miwa tariha gule gutunto
shukriya Pandeyar awal sual kurmat mi kurani hekiveriya ge liyumuga hawala difa in code of conduct issue 4 issue 4 ge shayu kuravun tariha guligen shayu kuravun tariha ekveriya masekke kuri tariha bima veto not nunto ekan kashar kurumattaka
sual mi kurin korawa fi menunto shayu kuran tariha gule gutum
shukriya Pandeyar mi algondo eswal enno sida kuriki algondo kurin kuri swal ki mi shayu kuravun tarihu aki kobakan mi harawun saaf kuram mi edigen mi mi masekke kuriru ei shayu kurefen echetto not nunto hema isder fanda isna fur devwa fena malgondo sual rephrase koffan hekiveriya ya yagin kama ekko bone vidane to 4 December 2015 ga forensic science regulator ge code of practice and conduct issue 4 shayu kurefwan to not nunto egota rephrase koffan isder fanda isna fur devwa fena
dawatun ki wata shaitan gotenni ma fe kamegati vidaluwi
شكرا استرقاسي دوتن مفاه كوري كورين غوتن نما فوي كم كم اي التاريخ دوكيومنت غوليген واهك دكونير دوكيومنت كي شريعه خوشالي فوليومن كم نواتي دوكيومنت بلاغن نوتي اي تاريخ بلاغن جواب مدوين كم اي هيكبيريا بدالو تاريخ نينگه كم دنگ يتورا مي حواله دمي شريعه مي خوشالي فان واليو مكا دفاع وكيل عمل فل اليوم بلاف مدالو من تاريخ من اليوم بوتي شريعه خوشالي امد واهك دك فاليومن اي كم وانا مي اليوم مكا غولي غوتم مي شريعه كسوال كور ودان كم دوتن دكن دي كما غولي غوتن استرقاسي كورين ما فنيمو اي غوتو گمتين ديمونن كم دوتن دكن
shariatum mi hushala fanua liuma gule gotum gotenni ma fawane ename difaa wakil sual kurawani shariatum hushala fe liume go tariha ka gule gotum eka goten nunimma ete me e hushala fe liume go tariha gule gotum e sual ge kurawati e sual kurawene sual kama shariatum gabul kuranga di to ge hushalum mi itras gabul no kuran kuriya gendaba
shukriya Izzat Mandiyar algondo sual ki hekiveriya mi 4 December 2015 ga maseke kureviru forensic science regulator ge code of practice and conduct issue 4 shayu kure faveto notanu onto yagin kama ko dene vidanata.
Witness, can you confirm for us with certainty that when you worked on the 3 devices on 4th December 2015, issue 4 of the Code of Conduct was not published by the Forensic Science Regulator?
That is correct. That is the version that we were currently working to at the time of this statement, which was September 2021.
Hekiveriya denne vi vidalu maseke kurevunu tarihuga shairu kurefein Code of Conduct ke clause nonkama namaves report tayyar kurevuner e September vi ekavihuga e shairu kurefein etsevime ya hawaladi.
Maud hekiveriya den kurum benwa suwalaki hekiveriya devwa fawa yagin kam declaration ge bebune me code amal kurime in all aspects that relate to my personal conduct mige maane ki ko bato hekiveriya pushun suwal ko deba balwa adi iman saaf kurev muge terega all aspects ke terega me tahlil kuri heki tununi tahlil kuri konta tahlil kurumuge masake nuhumeneto nota himeneto.
Witness, in your declaration, you have stated that you have acted in accordance with the Code of Conduct, the Code's issue 4. In all aspects that relate to your personal conduct in working on the extraction,
suwalaki in all aspects ke maana ge terega hime nuhimenani toye e kurevi masekke e 4 December 2015 ga tahlil kuri.
the question is, when you say in all aspects of your personal conduct, does that also encompass the work that you conducted on 4th December 2015?
The work in December 2015 was conducted in compliance with the ISO 17025 processes and the codes of conduct that would have been in force were applicable at that time.
Hekiveriya vidalui maseke kuriya dia wagutu maseke kuriya gosfawani ISO 17025 standard egota kama e wagutu ku shair kure fohuri clauses egota kama.
Mejanu ge suwalaki hekiveriya mitaga in all aspects that relate to my personal conduct mi buna abunumuge maane ki ko bato.
Can you please define for us what you mentioned, what you are trying to express in this declaration when you say in all aspects that relate to your personal conduct, quote unquote?
This declaration that is on this statement is a requirement of the Forensic Science Code that everything I produce on this date, 24th of September 2021, has to include this declaration. And this declaration is taken directly from the codes. The relation to the personal conduct is all aspects of examination that do not include actual processes, such as IT equipment checks and that kind of thing, because that is covered elsewhere in the codes. But it's to do with integrity and independence and impartiality and confidentiality and those kind of aspects of the examination.
Hekiveriya vidalui me witness statement kami declaration ki e badalwefawa code egotuge matin ebefula den jehe declaration ne kama den dennevi declaration in a cover kurani all aspects of the examination harakatu ge befula kurevi huri hamasekata ane processing fiawa equipment ke IT equipment ke maintenance kal kantata fiawa befula ge integrity uh, independence impartiality maintain kuravagota.
එහෙම මාවන හැකියවරයක් කරන් එදේ දැන් ඔය සවාලකී mi usually for declaration mi declaration naki code of conduct issue hatarigga lazim kura baawtuge declaration etto anuwata ei sida code of conduct ke e buna format etto mi declaration miyoti inota nonto ankashwar kotte
Is the declaration on your statement in accordance with issue 4 of the code of conduct?
format
Yes,
The
it is.
format, yes.
Yes.
We anke.
issue 4 හැකියවරයක් කරන් සවාල් කළ දෙවා issue 4 ga hawala deto guidance booklet for experts disclosure experts evidence case management and unused material me dehas dihai mihim buna liumaka
ade me dawatun kuregendo
Daughter هم كورين بس يوتيراس كوري فدين شريطة هو شالي فرنوال يومك كوري مادة كنوتا عبارته كهوالا دواتي داوتو إكما يوتيراس بكوري شكرا استرقال
dawali be faratun be sual kuramuga shariyatan ho sharifa miwa report agule gotun sual kuravane ega berun sual no kuravane dawatu gitas para ganna itur sawate kuregendo
den ඔය සවාලකී හැකියවරියා අමල් කුරිකම විදාලවා code e code ge dashun හැකියවරියා lazim kureto අවලීල් කුරි exhibit ta ege terega SA1 SA2 SA3 mi phone ta waki gotaka maintain kuran e nune phone ta minimum faratakun ss kuran jehja kurben haltiga behtuma ki lazim kametto no ta nunto
Witness, as per the code that you have said you have conducted yourself in accordance with, is it an obligation for you to have these devices remain or be maintained in a way that an independent party can conduct an efficient assessment of it if necessary?
Yes. A requirement of our examination is not to change any data on the device so that such an examination can take place in the future.
Security vidalu ebe fulun kura masekkatuga device ke evs data e badala nukuravwa kama ituru minimum fadatakun ekan tahulil kurum beenu fulwa haltagu ekan kurave gota bawa
හැකියවරියා එබස් යගින් කම එබෙත්තෝ ලාවුණුගේ දෙන සවාලකී හැකියවරියා එබස් යගින් කම එබෙත්තෝ හැකියවරියා තහදීල් කුර device ta kan ituru badale e vidaluwa gota miyada hamiya naannaani kama
Witness, can you assure to us that no changes have come to the devices that you examined up until this day, to the data?
I can confirm that none of the information will have been changed between me examining the phone and me giving it to Simon Atkinson. After that date, I do not have any sight or knowledge of what happens to the exhibit after that.
Sekiveria evidalui examine kurmufahu Simon Atkinson na hawal kurevenden eves badale nana kama kashwar kureve kama kum ege fahung vi gotaka medu eche bunang ebe fladat kama.
හැකියවරියා දෙන් ඔය සවාලකී ඉංග්‍රීසි විධාතුගේ ශරීයතෙක් මිහාලතුක හැකියවරියාය mi e phone ta aslu exhibit ta ege integrity kashwar nokoddeve halategga ingress vilatege shariyategga e phone takun kuri analysis sa begutun hekiveriya hekibas devidan to note nunto
dawatan kuri kendo
then hanulge suwadaki hekiveriya farat hekiveriya masekke kuri usula begutun hekiveriya me Faraday ge farat Faraday ge mosifik haysiyatun mikan kure viru Simon Atkinson ge faratun hekiveriya ujure devito note nunto
Witness, while you worked on these three devices as an employee of Faraday Forensics, did you receive any remuneration from Simon Atkinson for your work?
We charge all our clients a fee for our services. That's how the company makes money. So he will have been charged for us to perform an examination, but those charges are not results based. They are purely a flat rate and are just for the examination, not for the provision of any specified data.
Hekiveriya, the Navi Vidalu Ebefula Maseke Kura Kumfuning result based Nota Natija Nubala flat rate charge Kurava Kama data recovery and extraction Masekata Ebefulu me rate charge Kuravani Hamekani examination Waki data Farata Hawal Kurmaka Visno.
miyatu hekibas ten wadanti hunnevi egota gadilari gosulun to note nunto nuni ujure naga usulun to note nunto
Witness, as you give your testimony today, are you receiving any remuneration from your place of work at this time?
hekibas
I am.
badaw
In exchange for providing this testimony, are you receiving any financial remuneration from your workplace?
I am receiving my normal pay for today.
Hekiveriya vidalu amu usulege matin ebefula libe musara hammedu singana kama.
ituru swadane me kariya kora
eki tarjaman mi hekiveriya vidar deba mi demmega dawali be de faratum cross exam kurum gotun kuri suwal taka guligen dawatun re exam kurum ben wakum gawana mai fursatu shaytun arwa wa ka de suwal taka jab de dawatun kuri kendo pertama tarjaman miyar kuri dani kon kam kam saf ko deba dawatun kuri kendo
Based on your cross-examination with the defendants, now the prosecution is going to re-examine and revisit some points.
Okay.
Thank you.
During cross-examination ge marhalaga hekiveriya vidaluwejje company ge default position ki diha har wande e malumat rakka kurukama mi malumat ki e masekkate mihe ko hawal kurare mihe ka ingen malumat to.
You mentioned earlier that the default position of your company was to retain data for 10 years in the absence of an agreement stating otherwise. Is this knowledge something that your customers would be privy to when they come to you with devices for work?
We can tell them that on request. That is part of our standard terms and conditions, yes.
Hekiveriya vidalu ahafawa halatega nama mi procedure default position denneve kama e ebefulunge standard procedure kama.
Hekiveriya cross-examination ga vidaluwejje hekiveriya miwagutu device time dannawan nengene kama akam ehna mes device time e clock check kurir balafwan kama hekiveriya mi statement ayeku pushala fawa evs exhibit kun e device time again gote onnane to.
In the cross examination
tarjama madkala benga ta difa wakil kuri kendo
شكرا عزت رئيس قاضي एक सवाल की दावत एग्जामिन कुरेर का सवाल का फाइन नम्मा कुरेन और मैं सवाल का जवाब होता कई तरह मसकते न कुरेन का आ सवाल कुछ कनु कुरेन सवाल
दावत कुरे केंदो आइकॉन कला कुरे केंदो
माफ करा शुक्रिया इस्तेगाजी कुरेन अडम दावत फाक को वाणे री एग्जामिन मरहलागा आ सवाल तक की कुरेन सवाल तक एक कम गुड़ी गंदाव तुम्मी हवाला देना मानकुन हम त बयान कर गान के गारवन मादक पाया ए गान का बयान करने वाकी बहन वत इबारत न जुमले के मान दे गत मटका ए गान के बेरुं अन्नी वसीयत तक ही होदताने मानकुन बाग में बयान करने मानकुन सिफा मादा है गुणत मौलुआ बहन वत ए गान के बयान करे फे तनका गोय री एग्जामिनेशन ना की को बाक में जिना इजरत गान का बयान ने नुकुरे अल्फास करम हेक्का बे गान के सते कोन मादा री एग्जामिन कुन के मरहला बयान करे एक में बयान करने री एग्जामिन कुन के मरहला के मसले के बस दे मी क्रॉस एग्जामिन को निमुं एना हेक्के गोत का हुशली फरातुं एने अलुन सवाल कुर मरहला ए मरहला का क्रॉस एग्जामिन कुरा मरहला का अने फरातुं कुरवा सवाल के सबुं नोत हेक्के बस दे मी हा सवाल का दे जवाब के सबुं एना हेक्के गोत का हुशली फरातुं मसला के हुशला फवा कंकम फहिनुआ नोत सवाल फदे कम मेदवर वेच नम एकम इतुरा साफ को दिनम गोतुं एकंक मा गुले गोतुं सवाल कुर हेक्के बस दे मी हा हुशली फरात फुर्सत दे माने हेक्के बस शावेनिंग बैंक को हेक्के दे मी हा री एग्जामिन कुरवेन एम क्रॉस एग्जामिन कुरमा बेनुवा हुरिया फरात का एम क्रॉस एग्जामिन को निमुने हम री एग्जामिनेशन के नोत री एग्जामिनेशन मरहला मिया मारने के तेरेगा इथुरंग अलग कुरिंग नुकुरा सवाले एक कुरी बारतुं कुरिंग कुरी सवाल तक थकुरार कुरंग कम वानम री एग्जामिनेशन मरहला क्रॉस एग्जामिनेशन गा अदालत मी हेकी हुशाली सबबु तेरे फहिनुआ का मिनत साफ कम ओलुंगरा फ कम साफ नुकुरे वेने दावत मी सवाल मी कुरणी ए डिवाइस टाइम इंगेने तो न डिवाइस टाइम मा गुलिगे उफे दि सवाल नोत सहका में सवाल उफे दु मटका दिफाम कुरी सवाल का गुलिगे एकंग इतुरे साफ कुर मटका कुरा सवाल मी कुरे वेने सवाल कम दावत देकें
दिफाई वकील
शुक्रिया है स्टेफन यार मी मसला आएगा है कि बस ने को आडो मैं तो आला करनो मुझे के वर्ग गिने है कि बस ने को आडो को स्टेफन यार को देंगे इंदा ते मी तो मी दिफाओ मी फाक गोरी इतराज की मैं कुरिंग है दो एक हम इतराज ना का स्टेफन यार गोरी बस नहीं माफ है इतराज ते हम या कि उन फाक को लंबे नो स्टेफन यार री एग्जामिन के दौलत आसो वाले कुरम के फुर्सत लिबे कम को बनी न किबगन तो जिना इजरत कानून का एफा का दिफा का सवाल पर फुर्सत कम फाक फनती अगे तो स्टेफन यार मी नहीं उमें उन्न जेने कम जिना इजरत गान सते 47 मादाग मी उन्न तरतीब बलार तो दौलत लिबे फुर्सत दौलत सवाल पूरी मा देंगे उन्ननी दौलत पूरी सवाल तक है केवरे दे जवाब तक दिफा सवाल पर एफा का दिफा पूरी सवाल तक देवा जवाब तक दौलत री एग्जामिन फुर्सत कर अनेक दौलत आसपास तक कुरे कम कोनी न हम दिफा सिस्टम फुर्सत लिबे जेने गुले तो वाह देखो ई दौलत छले के कम माते एमा जीना इजरत का अन्न वाह के नो सिर्फ ने रेकी आदि मी कुरिंग सिर्फ ने अमल करबो अन्न गोते विष्णु हेमा हम ई गबुल करे वाह के नो ई दिफा मुसडी तरस बनाएगा तुम
mitanga sawal karam furate erwiro goes mi beenu kofim bastake cross examine re examine basta beenu kofim shariatum ehma mi kurim ves samadawat bes bayari wa shariata hoga heki bas na gafa wani mi heki bas nege usul bes dawata bes sama saf wana adi ganun mahana korenje gotte samadawata safada nawan ehma kunin nukura aswalaka kurumun dawali befarat kan eka mi difaa mataka mi dekkene bes wa kenwati dawale wa kenon nan ema e husul matin e hamatin sharia kuriya gendani e gotumati ema ituru aswala nukure benes efra dawali befarat koffe swala ka guligen kame saaf koram beno kam gawan me kan kore vidan enes a maulu kan aswala fursate neru bene kuriya gendo
शुक्रिया इस तरीका से दाव तो हम ये उतरा जको तक मुझे हेली हम कुरिंग बयान कुरी साहब गए तुरा एक तफसील को दिन गतो दाव तो मी इस तरीका से साफ कर देखना मना गल री एग्जामिनेशन को कुरे वेनी हम या कौन सवाल तो कुरिंग दाव तो एग्जामिनेशन इन चीफ को कुरी सवाल था कुरार कुरम भी तो नो तक किने तो री एग्जामिनेशन मरहला गा
mi dawto wakila kuram visual ni ranu ganna wakam gawanya isin dawala wan ingeto enna shayata ganna usul matin yoto matin swa kuram gendawana mi har midani ko marhala kan dawto wakila ingwada wan ne kawanya isin dawala wan
शुक्रिया इस तरीका से दावतुं सवाल कुरिया गेंदान दावतुं कबूल कुरानी री एग्जामिनेशन मरहला गा ए मौलुआ का गुले तुम क्रॉस एग्जामिनेशन को कोफा सवाल का गुले को तुम कम गवाना मा सवाल कुरे विदान कम
ಶರೀಯತನ್ ದೆನ್ನೆವಿ ಆ ಸುವಾಲೆ ಶರೀತ ಕುರುಮಕ ಮೀಗತು ಮೀ ಫುರ್ಸತೆ ನೇರುವೇನೆ ಎನ್ನಮ ದಿಫಾನ್ ಕೊಫೆ ಸುವಾಲಕ ಗುಳಿಗೆನ್ ಸಾಫ್ ಕರಂ ಬೇರ್ಮಕ ಮೆನ್ನಮ ಎ ಫುರ್ಸ್ ದವತನ್ ಅರುವಾ ವಾಹಕ ಎಗೊತಮತಿನ್ ಸುವಾ ಕುರಿಗೆಂದವ
Tergazi. Is tergazi के निम्न तिराम कुरंगत दालतो इतुरा सुवाल न कुरान है नमस दावत के पोजीशन न कि में सुवाल तक कुरवेन सुवाल तक कम हम कमो महलर के बैन मटका एक कानूनी नुक्ता दावतो फाकर शुक्रिया
जमान मी है के वरिया दाल दबा मी है के बस नगा निमोनी कमा पढ़ाने विधि शुक्रिया पाप
Witness, this now concludes the taking of your testimony. Thank you for your time.
Thank you to the court.
Tekiveria vidalui kotavis shukriya dannawakama.
ಈ ಮಸಲಾಗ ಮಿಯದು ಶರೀಯತಂ ನಗನ್ ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ ಕಫಾ ವಾಹಿಕಿಗೆ ಬಸ್ ನಗಮ್ ಯಾರ್ವಣಿ ನಿಮಿಫಾ ಇತುರ ಏಕಿ ಬಸ್ ನಗಮುಗೆ ಅಡ್ಡು ಹೊಮೆ ತಾವಲ್ ಕೊರೆಫಾ ಗೊತುಂ ಮಿಮಹುಗೆ ತೀಸ್ವಣ ದೂಹುಗೆ ಎಂದು ನುವಗಡ ತಿರಿಹುಗ ಒನ್ನಾಣೆ ಎದುವೋಗ ಶರೀಯತು ಮಸೆ ಕುರಾನ ದೇಹಕ್ಕೆ ಏಕಿ ಬಸ್ ನಗಮ ಮಿಯದು ಇಸ್ಕರಣಕ ಹತರು ಗಾಡಿಯ ಕಬ್ರ mi ಶರೀಯತುಗ ಯದ ಕುರವಣಿ ಎಂಗೆ ಗೆಕೆ ಬಹ ಎಮ ಎದು ಹೋಗ ದೇಹಕಿಂಗ್ ಗೆಕೆ ಬಸ್ ಕುರಿಯ ದಾಯರುಗ mi dawtuga wakilum wes adi dawadi befratuga wakilum wes ಶರೀಯತ ವಡನ ಬೆಫ್ಲum wes amrana ಶರೀಯತ ತಯಾರು ವೆಗೆನ್ ಗಗಣಕಂ ಇಹಾವಗುತಂ ಯದ ಕುರಂ ಜಿಹೇನಕಂ ಅಂದಾತ ಕುರವ ತಯಾರು ವೆಗೆನ್ ವಡನ ವಾಣೆ ದಿನ್ ಶರೀಯತಕಿ wakilum faratum ege purihama ebbarlum libigen pandiyaran hingan fasehawane ema dawtuga wakilum wes adi dawali befratuga wakilum wes ಶರೀಯತ ರಾಜ್ಯಗ ಹಿಂಗ ಉಸೂಲ ಎಗ್ಗವಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಮತಿಂ ವಕೀಲುಂಗೆ ದೌರದ ಕುರುಮುಗ ಮಸಬಲ ಗಾಜಿಯ ಈಗ ಪುರಿಹಮ ಎಬ್ಬಾರದೊಂದು ದೆವ್ವಾಗೆ ಗಾವಣಿ ಹಮ್ತಕ ಮತಿಂ ಪುರಿಯ ಗೆಂದೆ ಶರೀಯತ ಹುಮ್ಮ ದಣ್ಣವ ಮಿಸಾ ಮೇದುಗೆ ಮಜ್ಲಿಸ್ ನಿಮ್ಮಾದಾಣ ಅಸ್ಸಲಾಮು ಅಲೈಕುಂ